We are recording. All right, we're live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome everybody to another episode of Rocks Falls, Everyone Dies. I'm here with the crew of the Nostromo. This is episode 104.
Yep.
I'm getting nods, so I got that one correct. So, what happened last time?
Well, it's best I can tell because I didn't do a write-up again because fuck this week. Last time, we finally managed to deliver Harimbe back to his home off the coast, the Isle of Dread. We received some gifts from a tree that he'd grown, granting us various very helpful boons we could use later on. We got our ship repaired after first sailing to the Isle of the Corain, which has been completely decimated and reduced to a wasteland. So we made back to the village of the Mwangi for repairs. And then we set off towards the flying city of El, first stopping off at Woodaccord to finally cash in on those rewards for the Heart of the Hydra and the Flame Tongue Longsword after so long. And also, we finally wrangled that goddamn cockroach imp thing.
Oh, God.
It's hiding in our ship for so long, and after some very awkward foreplay with Artax, managed to get a little bit of info out of him, as well as the little sending stone he was using to talk to his master, which may or may not be useful. So we left off, still in the city of Woodaccord.
Hi, Papito.
And as mentioned last time, if Decadic's old teacher is still residing here, it might be a good idea to hit him up.
To save yourself some time, you did learn that Professor Lauren Dartwin
Yep.
has been drafted to the Eastern Front
No.
because he lost his class. Specifically out of disgrace, he has been drafted to the Eastern Front. And he's tenured to be there for 5 years and a day.
Ah.
That day was just being a dick.
Sucks to be him.
Yeah, which is his punishment for...
Like, hey, look how much you've learned since you left his class. Clearly, this was the right call.
I've learned some other things too about other classmates, which, you know. But anyway, that's for later.
Our sponsor this week is the Sisters of the Precious Blood. The Sisters of the Precious Blood is a Roman Catholic female religious order founded in Gießen, Switzerland in 1834 by Mother Maria Anna Brunner. Precious Blood Sisters form an active apostolic congregation with sisters currently serving in the United States, Chile, and Guatemala. The Sisters of the Precious Blood, our sponsor for this week.
I thought we had a separation between church and game.
Man, I've got their army in 40K.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they're a chapter of the Adeptus Sororita.
That is totally a chapter in 40K.
That would be. Oh my god.
The Blood Sisters or whatever?
Ladies.
Yeah.
I got a check at work this week issued from that religious order. It's like, what? What is this?
Yes, we do take special sponsor requests.
Oh, great.
Just send a check into Johnny.
Our sponsor next week will be Scientology.
Uh-oh.
No,
Uh-oh.
send it
Whoa.
back.
Whoa. All right, everybody. Kill code 4. Go for it.
Okay, you know when I said we didn't tolerate discrimination on this channel?
We do now.
Okay. Anyway,
Not the men in... You didn't say that.
so, let's start
Something
off.
about Star Wars.
You guys are in Woodaccord.
There's a traveling circus in town.
Daddy loves you, but not that much. Here, eat one of his socks. Okay.
It's still squeaking. Why?
You'll have that surgically removed later.
Like, she's looking at me like I'm Satan at this point. Like, Daddy, why? Why did you take...
The Lord taketh and giveth away.
You put it in your cup.
All right, well, speaking of that, you guys are flying down?
Yep.
Yep.
Did you guys want to have a side powwow before you go to L, or just pulling in there?
Let's talk a little bit.
Okay. So you find yourselves in the bridge crew dining area.
The
And
conference room.
everyone's here.
Couldn't this have been an email?
It's a small room by the captain's quarters, right? It was his closet.
That's where he hangs up all his old skins.
I thought this was leather.
This isn't our money, son of a bitch.
This is for casual Fridays. This one's for evening wear.
When I feel like staying in.
I haven't been able to fit into this one in 10 years. Well,
Gotta go on a diet sometime.
So, go ahead.
The eggs.
Well, Captain, what is our plan? For the city of L, that is a flying city, that we are going to go to. What is our plan to do while we are there, Captain?
that's right. You weren't with us the last time we dealt with one of these, were you?
Not at all. I was below decks taking care of, I don't know, business? I don't know, maybe. Stuff.
Well,
Keeping order in the ranks.
in the floating city of El, we have very good reason to believe that a false Hydra is laying in wait to hatch, if it hasn't already. Remember back when we instructed the crew to wear earmuffs, don't listen to any animal bird song?
Oh, yes. No one told me to take them off for a very long time.
For the best, really.
Oh, that explains a lot.
So, if this beast has awakened, that would mean that the city is in danger of also having its citizens picked off one by one with no one the wiser able to even warn anybody. So I think it prudent that we have some of us with those earmuffs on just in case there is some auditory effects. Whether it be birdsong or some other effect that this Hydra may or may not have.
It hypnotizes you to an extent. You don't notice things.
So, besides wearing the headphones, is there anything else we should visually look for as far as symptoms of this infestation?
Tunnels.
In a-
Tunnels and small little creatures made of golems made of it's like odd, misplaced, or forgotten objects. That measure people.
Tunnels in the floating city might be noticeable.
Anything else unusual, like the population seems to be smaller than it should be. Say, the shops are closing down for no reason.
Bird song without beds.
Dogs leaping out of nowhere.
That was the armpit.
Yeah, you could.
Did it itch?
It does now. So, I say then we pull out, scout around, find this bastard blighter, and dig him on out and say, hello, how's your father, and be back for breakfast.
Everybody roll me an intelligence check.
Everybody?
Yeah.
Everybody's rolling intelligence. That's where we just add the modifier, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Technically, you have to roll it with disadvantage because you weren't there when the
I
thing
was
said,
not
but
there.
you might have overheard.
I will. Oh. Okay.
Unless those earmuffs were on real tight for a real long time.
Like I said, no one told me to take them off for a long time. Damn it, Toast, take off the goddamn earmuffs!
Okay.
I'm the captain down here.
Did anybody get a 16?
15, yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
Excellent.
What could possibly go wrong?
If you had let me keep the first roll, yes, 16.
Yeah, I know you weren't there when it was like
No.
when it was physically said.
I'm
so,
fine with that, but still.
Okay. Cool.
Sounds like we're forgetting something key, so this will be fun.
So you guys are going to the arcane city of El, and you guys are flying to
have
the
a pass.
dock.
We have a
You
pass
have
to
a
fly
pass.
there. Flying from there might be another thing altogether.
If they confiscate our ship, we'll confiscate their lives.
You guys know, and one of the reasons for going there is the High Overseer, Thravis Krieg, could give you a pass for the ship, but he may ask for something.
Side
How
quest.
about if we, I don't know, remove a false Hydra from the city?
Or put it back.
So, okay. Gonna fly up to the dock. I'm just assuming I'm not gonna. I was gonna describe the city, but it really depends on what your approach is and what your motivations are. So,
I will cast
dock?
my psychic rally before we actually dock, just so
Okay.
we can communicate that
Yeah.
way. Whoever has your muffs
Okay.
on.
We're probably gonna land and kind of do a casual like, hey, we're visiting, and just to look for signs first, right? And then, depending on that, we might go to see the head boss.
yeah, you have the Viscount seal,
Yeah. So I
right?
think
That'll get you past the dock, and then you have the actual permit, which has the allowance.
Who's not wearing headphones to start?
Also, yeah, additionally, who's wearing headphones? Because then sound information is useless for you. So you are wearing headphones, and you are wearing headphones. Okay,
I'll wear them too then in that case.
so you're wearing headphones as well. So my only people who can hear is Decadic and
toast.
Toast. Now, when I do speak, most of the time I will be speaking Carthal.
Cannot
Right?
help you there.
So who can't speak Carthal?
Can't.
Okay, so Matt's character can't.
I can't.
Your can't.
I
You
don't think
can't.
anyone can.
Nope.
That's what we learned last time at Woodicorn.
Only with his tongue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Do some tongues.
So I was studying there, so
People may speak other languages. This is a educated place, but by default, they're going to be speaking the local tongue. So,
Do you speak Carthal?
yeah.
Yeah.
We know just the place for you to learn it.
Now you do have people on the ship who can speak Carthal, but
let's.
he's also wanted.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You mean our former airship pilot doesn't want to just come cruising around town with us?
Yeah, no, he's what was his name is
Uther.
Uther, yeah.
Yeah, Uther Dryden. Yeah, no.
Hannah's fine though, right? She'll come sailing with it, or
No. It's not Uther. It's not Norgen. It's fucking
Not me, cop.
Jace Argona.
he's wanted here.
See here. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Don't want him.
Yeah, it's the other one who's wanted.
Aw,
Hannah
okay.
and Uther are wanted in Tortistra, or
Okay.
Tortistrans.
Doesn't love him.
Yeah, Jace Argona is specifically wanted for misappropriating a powerful scroll.
How much is the reward for him?
15,000 copper pieces.
Justin, hear me out.
He can't. He has the muffs on.
Damn it!
Okay,
I
anyway,
didn't have him on yet.
so Jace will stay below deck. He's just going to hang out like, you know what, I'm just going to read my book. Don't really want to, great place. Don't want to go back to my my El Mater. But, if you ever happen to go to
Thank you.
the college, to Lorehold, Dean Hubert Thornton. Good man. The assistant dean, Dawn Royale, asshole.
Excuse me.
But Uther and Hannah are from here, aren't they?
Uther and Hannah are Tortistran.
Oh.
They're from
Figured since he was an
Tortistran.
airship pilot, he was probably from here.
Oh shit, no, he was. I'm sorry. Yeah. No shit, they're also wanted here. No, good call. Good call. I mixed those two up with another one. Yes, they are wanted here in Carthal.
You're just the wrong shit to be
We're
here.
like, hey, we're a ship full of bounties coming in.
It's a lot
And you're
of
missing
NPCs to keep
ship.
track of.
Oh crap!
Seem to be short on crew. What's going on? Nothing.
Why
Going
is the
below
ship-
decks.
why is
We
the
like to
shipper
run a
down?
skeleton crew. Not the literal way.
No.
Will you let us keep the ship
Although-
if we cash in some bounties?
Two of the guys that can drive the ship are currently going to be below deck.
I have an idea. Let us find a necromancer. Get some skeletons. Then we'll...
I'll call my dad up. Hold on.
Hey.
Anyway, if you guys are ready to come go to the
Yeah.
arcane city of El. All right, I got my map here.
Scout around and then we'll go see the big cheese.
Okay. Let us begin. Accelerate the calendar one day.
Okay.
It'll take you a day to get here. El is built upon two large, upside-down floating mountains, where the city is placed upon the now right-up base. and is known for its religious temples, and that for some reason the sun never leaves high noon around a 10-mile radius around El. This is a city that is always bathed in daylight.
Dang.
The floating city is suspended above a large and equally shaped gulf, which the city floats 400 yards above from the now upside-down tips of each of the respective mountains. Each of the upside-down floating mountains is connected by 2 large bridges that connect both halves of the arcane city of El. 3 large platform elevators are dropped 3 times a day for visitors who do not have the luxury of coming by skyship, flight, or teleportation. The city is governed by Archmaster of Conjuration, High Overseer Thravis Krieg, and a council of 8 wizards, but the day-to-day functions of the city's non-magical residents are overseen by an iron-willed ruler, Baron John Westcott, a human of middle years. Roll me a history. For you, because nobility. Anybody else with a nobility background?
Not
I think.
officially.
Okay.
Sorry, kind of.
Yeah. 13.
13. That's good. That's a success. You know he demands respect from the populace and is not afraid to dispense justice by making murderers, thieves, and those who practice the forbidden magics from walking off the edge of the city to the depths below.
Quick question, what's the forbidden magics?
Good question. Didn't roll high enough. Anyway.
Sleight of hand. That can't be explained through real magic. What is this?
Additionally, El is home to a great arcane college of Lorehold College, which was founded by the dragon Valmachus Lorehold, with a focus of study and the history of magic. Mages who attend Lorehold bring the past back to life to learn whether it's historical figures or haunted monuments. Students who attend Lorehold are a combination of researchers and adventurers. The school motto is "Leave no stone unturned." The mascot of Lorehold College is a ghost, and its magical mage ball team is called the Spirits.
Go Spirits!
At the very tip, under the mountain, is an upside-down black tower that is said to belong to the ancient elven lich known as the Ageless Master. This being is barely tolerated only because he keeps to his sanctum named the Tower of Undermountain. And the last time the city attempted to excavate the Ageless Master, several masters died in the attempt. Now a long-standing peace has been known, and several floating crystals divert any flying ships from going under the mountain near the upside-down Black Tower at the rightmost tip, because there's 2 mountains, so it's the rightmost tip, which would be more inland, the one more pointed inland than outland. Outland, which being the sea,
seaside,
right? Seaward, thank you.
Coastwards.
Also known under the city is said to be an endless network of caverns that lead to long-lost treasures. Adventurers flock to the caverns called the Labyrinth to hoist out treasures from long-lost wizard hordes and defeat monsters who make their way under the flying city from hidden portals in what's called they call it the Underdark, but obviously it only goes so far. It's 2 giant underground mountains. Well, upside-down mountains. That's about what you guys know. You didn't go to school here, so... Because you went to school just in Woodaccord, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, from a small academy in Woodaccord. Okay.
Woodaccord Community College.
You do know this is one of the major... So, you went to one of, the normal schools, right? Normal apprenticeship. This would be like a luxury university.
Yeah.
Right.
I'd be like the Yale of magic.
Hogwarts.
One of the Yale. There are 5 major schools of magic,
Academy of Corvosa.
each of which in one of the major cities,
That's cool.
and it's only open to Carthalian citizens. So you have to be a Carthalian city citizen
it is
to actually
Yale.
go there. And since you were Vestarian, even though you were a prestige, since you were Vestarian, you went to one of the normal ones, which is still good. Anyway. You pull into what appears to be there are 18 docks, 18 flying docks here.
I want the 7.
You want the 7th?
Yes.
It's open.
Roll the d8, see which one you get.
Oh look, 7. That's 4.
You start pulling toward the 4th one, you're like, no, that one. The ship tilts slowly. No, we can't do upside down.
By the way, I'm recanting my earlier position. I'm going in with headphones off.
Headphones off. Okay. As you pull into the city, there are people on flying brooms. There are flying ships here. There are currently
Flying brooms.
6 flying ships, one of which is a flying galleon, which is 4 times the size of your normal ship. It has a full array of arcane cannons.
I bet we can.
It's a war vessel, but it's parked on the far side, and in the middle there is what is actually technically on a separate floating chunk of isle, not far off from the floating dock, is a lighthouse on a floating piece of stone, right? And it as you start to get in, it shoots a light towards you, guiding you in, and it will shoot a light towards the 7th dock. You pull in. As you pull in, there is a giant hunk of floating crystal that comes out to greet you, flashing multiple colors.
I'm not
No.
a chameleon. I can't change colors back.
Yeah. But yeah, this floating crystal golem, it's just a giant hunk of crystal. Just kind of comes out towards you. No arms, no legs.
So similar bright colors that a harbor master would
Yes. Multiple flowing rainbow-like colors. Yes.
We have Smoot Road in the water.
Sorry, this one's
wear. You
floating.
date this one, sister Smoot? Did you date this one, sister?
Style.
A magical extending bridge will come out. It's not a plank, but it's actual magical bridge that will extend itself out and latch to your ship. There are other latches that come around. These are more mechanical, and they latch around both hull and the under deck of your ship. And they just seem to be holding it afloat, so even if it wasn't flying, it would hold your ship. Kind of like 2 claws this way and 2 claws under.
Probably keeps the ship from leaving very well, too.
Probably.
Yeah.
So the city just hovers, it doesn't move, does
It
it?
doesn't move, just hovers.
Earth moves beneath it as it stays in place.
Geosynchronous orbit?
Yes.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
changing how-
Technically doesn't move? Yes. Because gravity exists and the world isn't flat. My fantasy is not that strong.
You've ruined my fantasy.
I know, right? It's not
I wanted
floating on-
realism.
The city doesn't move. The
Why
earth
isn't it
rotates
on the
beneath it.
back of a giant turtle?
Yay!
Anyway, back in character. The crystal is just flashing colors at you guys. You guys haven't left the ship. You haven't left the deck.
No.
So let me know what you do.
Since Smoot's earmuffed, I think that would take the letter you got from the Archmaster just as to present to whoever
Yeah.
you talk to. So
Okay.
I will approach the crystal golem with that in hand and say, in Carthalian, we are here at the invitation of Archmaster Travis Krieg, if we may dock here.
It floats closer, and as it does, a spectral humanoid shape reflects off the crystal, making kind of like a 3D hologram of a nondescript face, right? Just facial features, but not actual like pores or anything.
Oh.
May I look upon it?
Certainly.
It kind of, a mage hand kind of comes out, grabs it, pulls it in. This is of his hand. All will be well. It floats back out towards you. It says, continues to say, your docking fees will be waived until he gives us what you owe. Perhaps you can get a voucher. There is a stamp at High Hall. A piece of paper will float out. with like an area where you can stamp. If they want to validate your parking.
You beat me by 1 second.
And you floating piece of paper, and it releases it. So if you grab it, you're gone.
Yeah, I'll grab it just in case.
Okay.
Wind catches it.
Do we have to validate our parking? I'm too nice here. I don't want to break more rules than we already.
It floats away. It floats away.
Sounds like peasant talk.
Yes, which we are currently here, Captain.
Also, by the docks, there are several other floating pieces of crystal floating nearby. That floating piece of crystal seems to go towards what appears to be a small office area, right? But has a large barn door. You see the large barn door opens, and roll me an Arcana. If you got Arcana, you can roll an Arcana.
It's 25.
25. Yeah, you know.
13.
13. New for you. Okay, yeah, that's it for Arcanas. What appears to be a sphinx of some sort steps out. You specifically know this to be a...
We've seen at least 2 sphinx so far.
You have.
Okay, I've seen 2.
Yeah.
You've seen 1.
This one is a Androsphinx. It comes out. The crystal seems to shine at it for a little bit. It nods. And it gets on its 4 legs, looks towards you guys for a second, and then just goes back inside, and the door's shut.
I think that means we're allowed passage.
Right? Saying it correct? Let me see. I
Androsphinx.
did say it right. Okay. You guys have wherever you want to go now. You do know that he did mention High Hall.
So what's the ambient noise like here?
Ambient noise?
Yeah.
Roll me a perception check for those that can't hear.
Jesus.
For those that
I am
can.
cursed today.
Those that can
Nothing
hear.
looks out of the ordinary, does it?
Ah.
Perception.
Give me a second.
Ooh.
Roll me percentiles. What did you get for your hearing?
The hearing, 13.
13?
10.
10?
33.
33.
Damn.
Okay.
An advantage on perception.
Oh, yeah,
Advantage and
the shield.
expertise or something?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. 13 and 10. You guys hear what appears to be just a bunch of people, random doctor. You do hear birds, right? But they sound a little bit different, like kind of like bird noises, like seagulls almost,
Not,
right? You hear seagulls.
Not like chirping, tweeting, but like...
No. Well, a little bit of chirping and tweeting, but more seagull sounds, more like an open dock. You do hear the crashing of waves far, far below, right? A lot of sound of wind hitting your ears, but you don't see seagulls and you don't see birds. You see the seagulls. You see the birds, right? You easily identify flying creatures and the sounds that come from. Even the small chirping there's probably a bunch of like pigeons and like finches nearby, and you see other people don't see the nest, but your eagle eyes can just like, everything in sight.
Southwestern pigeon.
Matt, what'd you get on the percentiles?
I got a 76.
76. Not much in the docks. Nothing yet. I will keep in mind that 76 for later rolls. Okay. Yeah, you're in the docks. This is the dockyard. You guys don't currently have a map of the city, but you guys were told High Hall. With that 33, I will give you that there is a large area that is raised towards the far front of the city. That is that appears to be a giant keep and has high walls. you make an assumption that might be High Hall, or maybe an area by it might be High Hall. You'd probably have to ask around.
You specifically, who doesn't speak Cthulhu.
Oh, crap.
So,
Don't act like you don't run the shit.
do you guys want to wander the city?
Yeah, let's just amble around and
Do some sightseeing first.
see what the population density is like, and if any businesses are unexpectedly shuttered.
Did you also want to try to talk to people to like get a lay of the land, or
Yeah.
I'm gonna get tongues going as well
Okay.
at this point.
those that can speak the language and want to wander around and talk to people with the group? Feel free to roll me a percentile roll. The higher, the better.
The bare minimum of high, 51.
Okay.
32.
32. Okay. Both of you roll me persuasion checks. Your DC is slightly higher.
Oh my gosh.
15.
Okay.
13.
13. Nice.
Like sub 10s.
Okay. Okay. Johnny and
It's the altitude. We're not used to being this high up.
Oh gosh. I feel uncomfortable.
okay. So you get a lay of the land. Your DC was slightly higher, but you got the 15. Yours was lower. You got the 13, which works. The city is broken up into several areas. There is the Sharia's Market. That's a large market area. That's initially it's right outside the docks. So there's the docks. Then right outside the docks, literally just a couple buildings down, is this large circular market area. It's an open market, and then there's permanent shops around it. This is where you would do your shopping at, as well as there is a lot of other stuff here and foodstuffs mostly, but there's also a lot of arcane scrolls, all that. If it's magical, it's probably here. There's a blacksmith shop, jeweler shop, all that stuff is here. A little bit past that is a large residential area, as well as an area like with bars, taverns, whatnot. If you cross the bridge, the first bridge on the other side of the dock is the Gardens. The Gardens is like in New York, a giant long strip.
Central Park.
Right, of Central Park. It is the equivalent of Central Park, except it's a mage's Central Park, right? So there are some mystical creatures in there, but it's all friendly, it's nice. Wizards go in there to relax. You do get warning that stay away from the eastern side of Central Park. It's been gated off. There are mage police around that area. On either side of, on the far side of Central Park, the one that you can't really get to at the side of that, the Central Gardens is what it's called, is Maiden's Leap. Maiden's Leap is more of a brothel area. And it's also known for its abnormally high suicide rate. It's also the area where the sheriff will chuck people off.
Don't tell the bunny. Do not tell the bunny.
It doesn't sound like these are consensual suicides.
At the other side is High Hall, which is where the governing body is. It's that large castle. It's also a keep, and it has 4 wizards' towers on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Its outside walls are constructed of 5 tall wizards' towers and strong keep walls. Let me see, and that is also where the high the high overseer is, as well as others. You do learn that.
That was the juicy.
You also know that the capital is surrounded by You didn't roll high enough to get all that. It is the personal guards of the city are called the Hell Riders, and the sheriff is Henry Langston. He's a human male.
So what's just in general? What are the demographics of the city?
Demographics of the city. You rolled good enough. I'll give it to you. It's mostly human.
Mostly human. Huh?
Mostly human. There's the occasional like elf-blooded here, but it's not like half elf. This is Carthalia, and Carthalia is normally human. Though Carthalians do have a rich history of occasionally mixing their blood with other magical races to increase their magical power. That's why people will be like, oh, my great-great-great-great-great-grandfather was an angel or a celestial being or a devil of some sort. And they may have some small features, and it is known, I'll give it with a 15 and a 13. There are people that walk around, they try to really accentuate the part of, I got a scale over here, right? Like that, like
Scale.
and it's almost kind of half insulting. It's like when people walk around like, "Oh, my great-great-great-great-great-grandfather was an Indian princess." Like, not really.
I'm
but-
1/600th Cherokee.
Yeah, pretty
I'm
much.
sure they
Pretty
got
much.
slightly pointed ears, and they have like those fake rubber ears I glued on to try to make it look. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a thing.
Tolkien
That's a thing.
fans. The worst.
But yeah, outside of that, it's basically human here. You will get occasionally, you might see a dragonborn off in the distance, but this is kind of a breakup of like, I'm putting it as an other, as like the 3%. 97% of the city, human.
Is our captain drawing any strange looks from anyone?
That's why he got it even with a 13. People come up to talk to him.
They want a little magic in their bloodline.
Hey, boy, you ain't from around here, are you?
Well, it's not like that. I mean, that would be
got
like,
pretty
it's
mad.
always like if it's way in the past, it's okay. But if you're a half-breed currently,
Try
Sounds like a problem for your descendants.
We don't.
There
have to
is-
do kind around here.
Now, you do
That's
know on the
great.
other side of the city is the non-public docks, and that is where the galleon is. And it is in the docks near the High Hall. As well as on that side, the other side away from this first half of the city is mostly is nicknamed the Commons. This is where the non-citizens normally are. The much larger side, where the Garden is, that half of the city is where the great arcane academy of Lorehold is. And that's pretty much the rough make of the city and the large residential area. Anybody else got any questions?
So populations, bustling cities.
Oh, yeah. Okay, to describe this city, you're guessing the population is about 27, almost 30,000, which is fairly large for most cities in this world, but also it's a flying city, and it's not dense, like it's a little bit more spread out, right? The people seem to have, it's like an urban area where people like have yards. This is probably the first time you've seen one or two. There's consistently lampposts everywhere, magical lampposts, and magical lights. They don't really have candles here. They have the equivalent of light bulbs, except powered by magic, right? You see bricked streets. There are people on flying brooms that whiz past. The houses are well constructed. There are no shanties here. Most of the houses are made of sturdy stone or sturdy woods. Brick streets, probably in-ground, probably working plumbing with running toilets. This is more advanced than most cities in Phaloris.
Oh yeah.
So describe this city would be high fantasy, magical city. Occasionally a person with a you'll see probably occasionally there's not many, but there is a small taxi service of flying carpets. There's only about 5 in the city, but there's a taxi service.
And do you notice any shops that are shut down or appear to be abandoned, or does everyone look like they're in business and
Not currently. You do not notice any. Seem to be shut down. But, I mean, you guys didn't roll very high. So,
Nah, it's
Only to hear.
lots
only
of
to hear.
stuff going on.
Let's go explore. Let's wander towards that park and then check out. As we go, let's wander towards that side that's cordoned off. And see what's going on there.
Figure out what's going on.
And then while we talk to those people, if there's anything that rings a bell like last time, then like, oh, we should check that out. And then after that, let's go see the head dude.
I concur. Captain, good. Yes, all right.
I agree.
okay. You
What?
And tell
We're
about
going over this way, Smoots.
Okay.
Oh, can I have a Dr. Pepper?
Yes.
I'll take a cherry Coke.
Anyone want anything else?
I'll take a dew. There should be a dew in there.
One little one.
And we'll take a break in about 10 minutes. We'll try to take at least one break every hour.
Thank you.
Mountain Dew.
Shaken, not stirred.
Dr. Pepper.
Shaken, not stirred.
Cherry Coke.
Not shaken, not stirred.
If you want to have an actual martini like that, you do not want it shaken.
Why?
It would ruin the flavor.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because it makes it bad. It ruins the vermouth with the vodka. If you want an actual good martini, you would stir it.
Discussing
Anyway.
checking out the park in the city and ambling over by where the police had something cordoned off just to see what's going on.
Sure.
Okay.
We
could go
said
wrong?
you already agreed.
Yeah, I do agree. I'm glad you were correct.
I agree.
Spot on. Okay, anyway, yeah, you guys make your way to the gardens. As you guys make your way to the gardens, once again, exactly what I've described. It is, think of it like, you know, it's a beautiful city. Beautiful city. Brick streets, lamp posts, magical light bulbs, line carpets, that kind of stuff. As you guys get past there, you guys probably pass a couple half-drunken students kind of just wandering about. I mean, it's,
Trust fund kids.
you know, slumming it on this side of the town, it almost looks like. You eventually make your way... you said you wanted to start in the middle and then make your way towards Maiden's Leap, where the area is cordoned off.
Yeah.
Yeah, just see if we can pick up any conversation about what might be going on.
Those that can speak the language, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Thank you. 25.
Much
25.
better.
Sorry,
That's,
26. I lied.
21.
21. You guys, as you make your way towards the middle, I'll start with the 25, then I'll get to the 21. The 25, as you make your way towards the middle, you happen along a couple students who are talking about it currently, and you overhear that there is a elderly master named Aegis Beloth, who has gone marauder and has set up his own tower made of...
Dead bards.
Living bards. The halls,
Mostly dead bards.
the halls are filled with music. It's crazy.
who set up his own mage's stronghold, made of crystal and multicolored lights that seem to shift in color and phase. It appears that the guards have set up a cordon around it as local mages are figuring out what to do with the marauder. It's unknown why he went marauder, but he was getting older, and he was known for diving deep in magical theory. He was known to be a planar wizard. So he was a plains traveler.
Remind me why wizards go marauder.
Yeah, it was like before. It was like they either learn stuff they shouldn't, probe too deep into unstable magic, something like that.
The unstable magic, which is also known as the dark arts. if a wizard dives too deeply into the forbidden magics, right, which is magics of reality bending, creation, mixed magic, right? So that means eldritch magics. You can go mad. And if you go mad, occasionally the eldritch magics will twist your magic, and sometimes they take hold. And you become not yourself, but a dream of yourself. It's a rare thing that does happen, but it does happen. And it looks like it happened. Which is not great because when they die, they're known to make anti-magic zones. And on a floating city, that's a problem.
That is. How high up is the city from the ground again?
400 yards from the farthest tip. So from that black tower, it's 400 yards down. The mountain itself is a mountain in height. So...
I have an idea for how they might be able to beat the Lich. Sink the city.
right. It's gonna work, but...
See, we killed the Marauder. It becomes an anti-magic's field.
Our ship is still locked in the dock.
God damn it! And we can see this tower that this Marauder made? Or they have it, like, covered?
I will say you start to get close enough where you see like a reflecting light in the distance, but there are several guards stationed, as well as two wizards on flying brooms that are patrolling skyward. But so far there is a strong cordon. You would guess probably about 50 soldiers, and 2 golems, and then 2 wizards on flying brooms. You rolled a 21, which is good, and you did so in the gardens.
That's the dust in the dog.
And I was batting
Yes.
the belly.
Ooh.
As you are making your way from the center over, you notice a familiar figure having evening tea in the gardens.
Strike first.
Millie Nilwyn.
Oh.
And remember how I said you would remember features? As you're traveling the gardens, the features look very familiar here, including the flying people on flying brooms overhead, and in a spot by a tree, almost driven to like kind of walk around, because the gardens are fairly large, right? They are, I would say, about width-wise, probably about 500 yards wide, right? And then the gardens themselves are at least, I believe, 1.5 miles long. So it's long gardens, fairly wide. Yeah, she's sitting there. She has not noticed you. You do notice her. She has what appears to be a blanket out. She has tea. She has what appears to be probably a colorful familiar, which appears to be kind of like a little flying cat, who she's having tea with. And she seems to be reading a book while enjoying this tea. And she is wearing now familiar colors of the magical school of, why do I keep butchering this name? Lorehold.
Captain, if you want to check out that cordoned area more, I think to see some. I'll meet up with you and the character sticks off.
Bye.
If I had eyebrows, they'd be cocked.
Where's he going?
I'll be right back, Smoot. You go on with the captain.
Oh, okay.
You just remember, oh,
I do.
yeah,
I forget. Scrub, you have earmuffs on too, right?
Yep.
All right.
Which, by the way, that hasn't been anything of note. You may be safe for now.
What?
Or, damn it,
you say it out loud,
You
then
just
you're like
psychically
psychic.
saying what?
if anything, the Hydra's probably down in those tunnels beneath the city. The far up here seems relatively undisturbed.
Ah, okay. Headphones off.
Actually, keep an eye on Decaded / sort of myself. I'm gonna scout a bit further off.
Stealth.
Go lay in a bush,
I'm really.
and I'm gonna cast Arcane Eye and go look over at the tower and see how far it
Clank,
gets.
clank, 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 clank.
Okay.
What the trolley?
All right. I'll get to you in a second. Okay. Describe Millie for me.
So I don't know if I wrote any
Eyes of flame.
specific features. Let me bring my notes real quick.
I don't think I saw any, but
What's the enemy
You got
of
him.
flame for eyebrows?
let me know.
Heat miser?
Aku, the Master of Darkness.
Whoa! No. I mean, both are
Demon
great. but-
Slayer?
Yes, that's it. Thanks.
Okay.
I'd say she's a human who was studying as a wizard. Red, kind of curly, kind of wavy, curly red hair. Kind of looking like came from like an upper class family. You know, like a rich girl, kind of preppy, slightly.
Is she hot?
You have to find out for yourself.
What's Decadic think?
About what?
And she was younger, so how old is she? Then everyone's younger than you.
Right. In human years, probably early mid-20s. Fairly young.
Oh, you're around
Okay.
that age.
So, yeah, the kind who's like, parents shipped her out to the nice magic school because she's expected to. Maybe doesn't especially care about, actually
Yeah.
learning much.
The general studies
Alright.
major.
Okay.
Slow down there, McConaughey.
So, do you approach or
Yes, I will just
you approach
forthright
this
approach.
mid-20s, red curly hair, well dressed, slim build, medium bust. Lady in what appears to be she's wearing full, kind of like a dressed up wizard's attire with kind of like a mid belt, right? But a nice leather belt.
Scarlet.
Does she, as you approach, she will notice you? She looks at you, looks back at what she's doing. 'Cause she knows, somebody's walking up. Oh, okay. And after a couple seconds, his brain twists, and it takes a while because you're not dressed like you normally are. You've cut your hair.
Yeah.
Wearing kind of like your garb, and which she's like, Decadic, what are you doing here?
And then she says the wrong name.
I thought we were told you were gone and then wanted and then not wanted. Apparently your name has been cleared, which is good. I heard. At least sent me word by Raven.
I guess I could ask the same thing. What are you doing here in L instead of back in Woodaccord?
Well, the school was disbanded, and my father finally was able to get me on board here. I was on the waiting list, and because of the war starting up, a lot of people who were on the waiting list had to go to the Eastern Front, and my father was able to get me in here, regardless of my previous grades. Luckily, Professor Lurin was able to put in some good word for me, at least one good word he still has. He has been sent to the Eastern Front.
Yes, I overheard. Sorry, this is so much I've missed out on. That the school was disbanded?
The school closed down after there was some. After what happened, there was, of course, some drama, and one of his students, Thane. Turns out that he was a Thayan spy.
Oh,
The shame was pretty great. The school was closed down, not knowing if the rest of us were spies, and this was when you were missing and wanted. So they closed down the school for good measure, separated us. My father was able to put in good word for me with my family's good standing. Drember was sent to the Eastern Front. And he seems to be doing fairly well. I've received a couple letters from him recently.
you have.
Oh, yes. He sends me correspondence. We've been pen pals for quite some time. He's very interested about what I'm doing here.
And you mentioned Elise. She's doing well.
She's been sold into slavery.
Yes.
Her father came across hard times recently because of the war, and she was indentured. She indentured herself. She volunteered to get her father out of debt. Apparently, a couple of his iron bets near the Eastern Front went under when the war broke out anew. And apparently he lost an iron golem. So, owed quite a bit to a gnome.
Quite, yes.
She's currently in the Thousand Towers of Hembrook.
And what of Elmore, that strapping lad? Have you heard from him at all?
Oh, Eastern Front. Eastern Front. Just not unexpected. Yeah, he seems to be working on a commission out there. He's squiring under a knight. I haven't heard from him in quite some time. He's on the northern Eastern Front. Near where Drember is.
Ah, yes, good. First off, I'm glad that you're doing well and everyone else seems to be doing well. I honestly can't really remember clearly what happened on that night when I disappeared. Can you tell me, do you remember anything from... I remember going to a tavern with you and Elmore and just everything kind of a blur, and I just still trying to piece together what happened.
Oh, it was quite a night. It was... You don't remember anything?
I think I, may lightweight self. I can't really... I think I just had one too many and just couldn't really recall.
Well, you and Elise had a good time, partying and dancing. I was, of course, having a few drinks with Drember. I don't drink as much as he does. He was drinking more than his weight. Thane was his usual self, but he was actually quite jovial. He introduced you to a few of his friends. Some weird religious mercenaries, some weird religious men, and these weird yellow clothing, Netadrorians, I believe. And after that, it's really a blur. There was a fight that broke out. I think Thane started it. And it kind of carried on throughout the night. Went out into the docks, and we all got separated. And you were missing. You were missing, as well as several of us were missing for quite a while. But we were able to get ourselves free of that. Thane was very kind. He was able to, he was the hero. He was able to get us free from some slavers.
Slavers, you say?
Yes. It was said that you had sold us out. But I didn't believe it. I professed your innocence, as well as Thane did the Thayan, which really at this point really doesn't sound great. That I was on the same side as him.
Yes.
We helped get Elise free. Drember was forceful, but was able to get out. And we just weren't able to recover you because it said that you went with the slavers and you had tried to slave us. But that was the night.
Well,
of course, the slavers were these weird red-cloaked fellows. Not as nice as those nice men in those yellow cloaks.
red cloak fellows.
Yeah. Look like Thayans.
There's just so much to take in at once.
Weird medallions, though. Looked like 3 weird question marks tied together out of a beautiful little gold.
I'm just glad to see that you're well and safe here. I'm actually here with some companions of mine. If we could, want to get together for dinner to talk more about this. I don't know if you're busy or.
Oh, we could have drinks. Yes. How about I could give you a pass to meet me at the Grey Respite. They have a beautiful Albert burger with egg and a tankard of beer. That's my favorite. I prefer the wine over the beer. I could give you how many friends?
Oh, we've got 4 of us extra here.
How about later tonight? Let's say 9 o'clock. Let the bar owner, Patrick Langston, know. I will give you permission to go to the 2nd floor, which is normally reserved for members of the academy, but we're allowed to have a few guests for a short period of time, and you can come to the 2nd floor.
That would be splendid. And if you have any correspondence to share from Drember or anyone else, I would be happy to see how they've been doing.
It's personal letters, Drember.
I don't want to intrude, but you would not believe what I've been doing this past year and a half, as I'm sure you have, and just so much to catch up on.
They're personal letters, but it is good to hear from you. It's good to see you. I look forward to seeing you tonight. I will buy you and your friends dinner. You're looking good. You're looking good.
Thank you, as are you. And the name of that tavern again?
Oh, yes, the Grey Respite.
Grey Respite.
It's in the Commons area. There are other taverns, but you have to be a member of the city to go to those taverns. It's the one that is known to be open to others from the city, as well as it is a personal hangout of those in the academy. So, I'll go get a table.
Very good. I will see you tonight then.
I'll see you tonight. I'll tell Drember you said hello.
I'd much rather, if you can know where I could send a message off to him, I would much prefer to reach out to him myself, because I'm very concerned about all of you, and I wish I could see all of you at once, but just even seeing you here just relieves my heart to know that you're safe and everyone else is safe.
Of course. I'll get you his address.
Thank you.
You sound really suspicious.
And then turn and try to very calmly walk away carefree.
Next scene. You were trying to get your arcane eye closer.
Yeah, I figured there's probably mages. They've probably got some sea invisibility, but let's see where we can get with it.
Roll me a stealth roll. You'll use your intelligence stat for the modifier for stealth.
For my eye, in this case?
for the
Okay,
eye.
so it at least doesn't get my armor. That's fine. 5.
Doesn't even make it past the first card. It starts to go up. He just points a wand. He's like, no.
Kids in the city probably casting eyes all the time trying to spy on what's going on.
A couple of their floating eyes. Live from CNN! Carthalian News Network!
You guys, I was in the comments and you will not believe what I saw downtown tonight.
The good news is
There are a couple reporters there from CNN.
The Carthalian National News Organization.
You know what? Fuck it. Carthalians have their own TVs. Yeah, it's basically like reverse scrying mirrors, right? Yeah. But it's like one guy in a newsroom,
And there's one alternative program ran by Humanoid Fox. It's just very reactionary and everything's an agenda from the liberal Carthalian wizards.
Fox, that's on the Thayan side. That's their version.
I gotcha.
There you go.
Makes sense.
Fuck it. I'm adding that to canon.
That's what Newsmax is in here.
Okay. Yeah, you try that eye. It's not
Oh,
making
yeah.
it past. They definitely have see invis, and these are wizards. They're just
Yep.
ready for it. But they weren't able to get a beat on where it comes from. So
Hey, Trey.
Hey guys.
Oh my gosh, we have an extra person at your dinner.
Oh gosh.
Thank you, sir.
Loosely speaking.
Yeah. He's the luggage carrier. I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead, Captain.
okay, so let's. I said we were going to take a break. Let's take a break. You guys can catch Trey up on what's been going on, and yeah, there we go. And we'll be back in. You guys want 5 minutes?
Yeah, sure.
5 minutes? All right, cool. Try to take at least 5 minute break every hour. So after these messages, we'll be right back. I'm gonna move the slideshow up this time. I'm gonna move it up.
Your timing is impeccable, Trey. You usually log in right as we're about to take a break in the middle of the game.
Yeah, that's usually about how long it takes for me to make dinner
It's all good.
or get dinner or whatever.
Oh, here, I better mute ourselves.
On your heart light.
Audio is on. Okay, welcome back. So, you guys find yourselves on the the south side of the gardens, just before Maiden's Leap. You can't quite see Maiden's Leap from here, but you assume it's about 400 yards that way. You know, it's just past the cordon, which seems to be at least 200 yards outside of whatever this. You see kind of like a spectral glowing, it looks like a grouping of large crystals, and there don't seem to be any apparent doorways into it. There seems to be several different groupings of small towers, right? That seem to be clustered together in a in kind of a square-like shape, right? But it seems to be like webbed together in the middle. So it's more like a giant H, if that makes sense. Okay.
The cat comes right up to the griffin. Sorry, oh jeez.
Yeah, it looks like a giant H with a small little tower on the outsides of the H's. Thing shut off. Did your knee hit the power?
Oh, did it?
You might have.
It's right above where your knee is. It's power's back. Oh, was back on.
If I hit it back on and then just turned it off.
Okay, it's back on.
Okay. Not touching. You good?
Yep.
Did it turn off your laptop?
No, it's differently powered, but this is where like my seeable notes are. Okay, so
There goes our,
Yes.
there goes our broadcast.
which is what the screen becomes.
Another lost town.
It loses power. Anyway, back to the Dungeons and the Dragons. So, what do you guys do?
So we're heading there. Why?
We want to see why it's cordoned off, and if we want to then use this info to see, oh, is this evidence of a Hydra? And if not,
We know why it's cordoned off.
why is it cordoned off?
Because the guy turned into a marauder, or it's this tower that showed up and it was. You work here for us.
I can't. Oh, okay. So now we're probably just gonna look around and then go see the big cheese.
I am concerned this could be entirely unrelated, but marauders that occur when wizards delve into forbidden eldritch magics. And if there's a false Hydra here, I wonder if this is a result of him finding it and trying to study it, perhaps?
Would that count as magics that shouldn't be learned?
Very much so, yes.
Then why do you know it?
I mean, I don't...
There's a defense against the dark arts. You're taught the basics of what not to learn.
Yes. I mean, the difference between knowing of something and actually knowing it, in terms of what it is.
It was like Dare when some of us were kids.
Oh God, there.
Turns out everyone who had that class dabbled in the dark arts a little bit.
It actually increased the rates at which wizards would dabble in the dark arts. It was a total failure. I was one of the few clean kids who were like, oh yes, no, yeah, absolutely not, officer. So this is something else we can inquire about when we do meet with the Archmaster. Perhaps if nothing else, to secure our ship and not have them confiscated, we can maybe help them with this as well.
It's going to be really uncomfortable if we can't leave with our ship.
Yes, it is a long way down.
Dibs on the gating.
No, you know no one else I would ever cast Feather Fall for this mate.
But we probably don't want to keep our host waiting too terribly long.
We should probably move.
Okay.
So let's head towards the High Hall.
1 second.
Yeah.
Before we do that, since we're near this garden, can I go ahead and do a primeval awareness?
Sure.
I will burn. I'll just go ahead and burn a first level spell slot. So
Okay.
it'll last 1 minute.
And what is that? What does Primeval Awareness tell you?
As an action, you can expend 1 ranger spell slot, 1 minute per spell slot. A level of spell slot, sorry. To sense whether any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead are present within 1 mile of you, or within up to 6 miles if you are in favored terrain. This feature doesn't reveal the creature's location or number.
Does it work in the urban?
Why not?
No, does it work in the urban? Does it say it does or?
It just gets better if he's in favor.
Okay,
It
okay.
works otherwise.
Yeah, I mean,
There's a lot of
all the above.
Okay, so I'm... Wow. So aberration...
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah,
So
all
they're-
the above.
So they're fiends and undead here?
Yeah, you sense all the above.
And dragons?
All the above.
Shit!
It includes that other thing you're gonna
Like-
ask about.
You send off a radio. It's like in the literally.
Is he seizing?
Everything in here!
Is that fancy?
No!
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Damn.
Even Faye. You feel Faye here as well.
Damn. Oh.
And that's within a mile, which
Yeah, it's
isn't the whole city. That's just
No.
like the southern chunk.
Overload.
I assume it
Unlocked all
does.
the
I
side
assume it
quests
doesn't
on the
go
map at
through
once.
like solid
I
rock.
would say it does not say it does, so let's say it
Yeah.
doesn't.
Okay. So like open, as long as there's an opening, it can feel.
So all it really tells you is that they are in the mile, right? So it doesn't say its location or its.
This does not
This is
reveal the
number.
creature's location or number.
No.
Before we go, unless there's some big objections there, I mean, we are in L, the capital of the Magography. I would definitely like to go magical item shopping here. There's got to be some interesting things here.
It's not the capital, but it is a major city. Yeah.
The major. I'm not a geography major.
You know, you say capital, you're like, fuck it. It's capital now.
It's like, yes, Captain, this is absolutely the capital.
Oh god, not again.
But, yes, it would definitely be worth our time to
This
see.
is why Rokugan has 18 capitals now. Every city was the capital city.
Okay.
Everyone you saw.
Yeah.
Are you the mayor?
Yeah, you are now.
Yep.
Run with it.
But run.
So do you want to check out items before meeting Dutchmeister or after?
Before?
No?
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to after. We don't want to keep him waiting.
Yeah, now that he has said that, I
I want to give him a healthy amount of waiting, though. So you know that we view him as an equal.
No!
I don't think we want to give that impression.
As a noble, I'm going to say wrong.
I'd say, considering we want to be able to leave with our ship, let's go early.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. Let's
We want
cross
something
off
from
that
him.
off our to-do list at least.
There's a certain amount of sucking up that needs to be done.
Yes.
So I toast this here.
Oh wait, no. Ah, okay.
You got knee pads?
Damn it.
Give me a second.
But worth it.
Oh, wait.
It's just Scarlet Hangover.
Oh, it's horrible. Miss Scarlet.
No, she would have a ball here.
Oh, she can fly everywhere.
All the balls you can get.
Yay!
Ball pit.
Doesn't it sound like that would be like a bar?
The ball pit.
The ball pit.
Yeah.
Is it like a
Gay bar.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Give me a second. Just got to finish generating the magic shop.
Like, there's nothing about it would, like, you walk in, nothing about it would say that, but it's just the name.
I'm here for the
Curse
balls.
tonight.
Yeah, my rolls haven't been terrible, but they haven't been great.
Might have been
One
nice.
roll above 10.
What the hell's my one?
All of mine have been above 10.
It was on your other.
Oh, I
It's
can't.
actually a ball pit bar in London.
What?
Road trip, guys.
Now,
Somehow it got
say
closed.
that, it's literally a ball pit.
Oh.
It's a ball pit themed bar.
That
Oh.
sounds.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially post-COVID, or
Let's
during
see.
COVID, I should say.
Alcohol and ball pit.
Oh, you're gonna walk and throw up. You're gonna slip in it. Then you're gonna fall in balls covered in it. Oh no.
Yeah. Let's not.
There's a reason it's not a chain of bars.
Not a chain of balls.
That'd be the chain pit.
It's also why it's the world's first.
And only.
The world's last.
Oh, that dude.
I wonder why that business model didn't
I
work.
went to England and all I got was 1 hour in the ball pit.
And typhus.
It was disappointing.
Give me a second. Wait for
Yeah,
this to
it's
finish.
one of those things. You look back at your child thinking, like, oh my god, I can't believe I did that.
Yeah, letting my child play in the McDonald's.
Oh, God.
Well, you have to strengthen their immune system sometime.
Okay. How else are you going to encounter tetanus and fight it off?
Ebola?
I don't know. There are
Okay.
diseases in those places that haven't been discovered yet.
Got it. Okay, got that one put in. All right, you guys. Where do you guys want to go?
High Hall.
We'll go to High Hall first before.
High Hall.
High Hall and our high
Oh, let's
horses.
just leave. Let's leave the city. Go somewhere else.
Get on.
All right, have fun on the way down.
La 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 la. The card trick barrier didn't work. Just picture that.
You guys are going to High
Quick
Hall.
catch.
Okay.
Two clubs.
No.
As long as you don't look down, you can just keep walking off the edge.
That's how cartoons work.
Yeah.
Cartoons and high fantasy.
Toast your way out there. Shut up! I'm concentrating.
And turn invisible. Don't if nobody else is looking at you.
That's a movie.
Yep.
But to do that, you have to be naked.
Well, your clothes don't turn invisible.
Oh, that'd be stupid.
Like, what sense would that make?
Come on.
It's in that movie.
Mystery
Mr.
Man.
Man.
Yes.
William H. Macy, Greg Kinnear. Bob
All-Star.
Hope.
Smash Bros.
That was pre-Shrek even.
Oh man.
Okay.
Mystery Man crawled, so Shrek could walk.
Okay, you guys make your way to High Hall. As you make your way up to High Hall, you don't make it far towards High Hall before you're stopped by the first wave of guards. You are able to easily show your waiver and a squadron of 7 guards that are escorted by that are a Iron Golem is following. Will let you by. You start to get closer. There's a couple more guards that are in towers that seem to be on top of the tower. Arcane cannons. They aren't pointing it directly towards you, but it's in the general direction. You show your papers towards one of the guards in the center. He lets you through. You get to another wave of guards guarded by 2 Iron Golems. They let you through. And eventually, you guys will be greeted by, let me see what NPC is
like
here.
An excessive amount of security.
Viscount Chance frickin' Nickel Clown.
God, if he's
He
here.
shows up. Hey, aren't you like wanted here? Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
If you don't point it out, they won't notice.
that would be the balls.
Okay.
Yeah. For him to just come right back here.
You are eventually. Most of the guards don't say not much to you. Obviously, the Iron Golems don't say a damn thing. But as you do get towards, you're pointed towards the middle area of High Hall, past the walls, which is known as the High Hall Cathedral.
Ooh.
As you get towards the High Hall Cathedral, a gentleman approaches you. He is in traditional wizard garb. He does bear some of the colors of the college, which I keep
Lorehold.
Lorehold, thank you.
Purple and cheese.
The twin brother
You'd
called
like-
him Datahold.
He has a warm, jovial air about him. He wears a fancy green suit, but with the colorings of Lorehold. His hair is cut short and chestnut. His eyes are green, and he appears to be smoking a pipe, while he appears to be tapping his foot, waiting impatiently for somebody to show up. As
On
you
his chest?
chestnut hair,
Oh.
short chestnut hair.
Okay.
Lights are on his chest.
This makes sense.
So don't elbow him trying to be cooler because you might.
There we go. As you do get close, he's kind of tapping his foot incessantly, and he notices you coming close. He's like, excellent. I was told that you were showing up. I am Magus Bernard Kitcher. I am with Highhold. I believe that you are scheduled to meet the High Overseer.
Indeed.
Excellent. I am one of his personal secretaries. If I may have the letter, please. Thank you. I have been given permission to open the letter. He makes a wave of his hand as it does. A letter opener just appears in his hand. And Vorpal letter opener. That'd be fast.
My finger!
Fuck!
He almost made a dragon hide to be real secure.
Anyway, no, just normal letter opener. Opens it. You're allowed to enter. All right. All right. And the letter says stop reading at that point. All right. So I have witnesses. Excellent. Please, gentlemen, follow me. He kind of just grabs his pipe from his mouth. He hangs it about here and just seems to just float. And he's just hanging there. And he's just going to walk, and as he walks, the pipe's just following him.
Magic.
It's just me, James. It's just showing off.
Well,
As you enter up, there's a square steps. So there's a large Roman-style steps that lead up to the High Cathedral, which it's about 25 steps. Nice, clean white marble. The entirety of the building is made of clean white marble, but is inlaid with what appears to be maybe foiled gold. And that seems to dress around the edgings. There are obvious glowing runes that kind of encircle the place. As you pass through the runes, you do feel a palpable magical pressure as you've walked through some kind of ward. You continue on. As you do, two large doors do stand open before you. As you enter past those ones, you come into an initial open area, which seems to have several large... Oh, no. Don't eat that. Anyway, just got it chewing. Anyway, several large magical pillars, which seem to hold up the ceiling, and each of these pillars, carved into its center, is what appears to be some kind of magister of some kind, and he seems to be like dressed as if he is holding up High Hall. You instantly recognize these to be the previous High Overseers. There is a large gate with an iron golem standing directly before it. It stands out of the way. It motions with its hand, and the gate itself does raise, as well as a now visible magical wall seems to raise up as well. Some kind of invisible force was behind it. You could go past that. There are two large stairways that go upward. They're nice, beautiful spiral stairways, just made of floating stairs. Just made of non-connected floating stairs that you could walk up into the next floor up. As you begin to walk closer, in the very center of this area, there is a giant floating crystal, very similar to the one you have seen before in your ship. But this one is easily 30 times the size. It is surrounded by a visible magical ward, and standing in front of it, facing away from you with his back towards you, appears to be a man of some sort with he's wearing a hood, so it's tough to tell age or anything, but he does look slightly slumped over, humanoidish figure, dressed in green robes with red highlights. On his right shoulder is an imp.
Oh.
imp.
An imp.
Neat.
The gentleman named Bernard Kitcher, he will motion towards you. He's like, the High Overseer will meet with you. He says that you are to meet alone. So, congratulations, wards and guards. Wards and guards. As he walks out, he says these words. As it does, those stairs fold up, and as they fold up, they actually form a seal and seal off the ceiling, in which they ran up into the next floor up. And the iron gate does close, and you see, of course, the shimmering magical ward extend with it. Almost like it's like a magical glass, but obviously a wall of force. You are locked in this room. He appears to be the only person here outside of his imp. An elderly man turns around, maybe 65 or 75, maybe 65, maybe early 70s, more heavier set, more a little bit chubbier. He has long white hair, but only on his side, like his he has what appears to be mutton chops, except they turn into a beard and just keep going down, right? But the rest of it not cut. And his hair is short cut. So pretty much it's just the mutton chops going down, or like a long beard. The imp, as you turn around, does have greenish eyes. And he'll be like, "Oh, master, I have to be somewhere else." And he'll walk off and he'll be like, "No." He makes a motion to his hand, and the imp just kind of is held up and kind of comes back and is forced to sit back on his shoulder. Turns around and he says, "Ah, good evening. I am High Overseer Travis Krieg, Archmaster of Conjuration. You have been personally invited by myself. I found your missive interesting, and of course, a friend in common, whose name is not to be said here, vouched for your aptitude in dealing with interesting matters. You have an hour with me. I am the High Overseer. Your business." He is speaking in tongues, by the way. Sorry.
Yes, we reached out to you, feeling prudent to warn you of an evil we have seen befall a city on the surface that we fear may find its way into hell.
Lord Edwin Smoot's own hometown was destroyed in a similar manner. Very little left of it.
And you're speaking of the three evils. Please, more details are wanted. I have received some, but not many. I have been doing some research myself, though privately. And I have had some findings I wouldn't mind sharing with all of you. But I would be curious on your thoughts and the source of this evil that has befallen El, which I believe is here. Enlighten this old fool. Please have seats. Raises his hands as it does. Slowly, chairs made of force will solidify here. This is obviously a mage's sanctum, so its thought becomes reality in this area.
He's a conjuration pro. I'm not going to question it. I think he can conjure some chairs.
So we should spill our guts on the false Hydra.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, everything think we know.
So, what do you tell me? I'm curious what the players remember.
Seems to come from the cult of the forgotten, the cult of the unwritten.
Yes.
I imagine it's maybe research hard to do when they specialize in making everything forgotten and undone.
Yes, there's a very short section in Lorehold about the cult of the unwritten. Obviously, lore and books of them are hard to come by and tend to disappear.
Yes. We believe that these false hydras, the result of them unwriting a codex of power. Somehow breaking it down in such a way as to bring forth this abomination that can warp reality and seems to nest within a populated area and slowly pick off the citizens one by one, both to feed itself and to turn into its own minions, casting some sort of magic that fogs the mind, so as soon as you see anything untoward, you instantly forget it.
Very apt. Yes, when a codex is unwritten by the cult, it can summon a creature of the forgotten world These are creatures from the outside who normally cannot breach our realm except through gateways of great magic. Of course, unwriting a codex can create such a portal and bind oneself to it, gaining more power than spells. There are some writings on this being, which is 3 beings in one. The 3 sins.
Yes, we've encountered and defeated one in the city of Hyannisport.
And you said when you heard it, its effects affected you.
Yes, it gave off the sound not unlike bird song, even when there was no wildlife present.
So you overcame hear no evil, which leaves see and speak no evil left in this world. And instantly you remember, shit, earmuffs. Probably only useful against the hear no evil guy, not the see no evil or speak no evil guy.
That's mentally say Strom, you can probably take off there. It's probably okay now. It's
Roll me a stealth roll. See if you just take it off like this is totally an excess.
yes, it just ears hadn't popped yet. He was just trying to deal with the pressure. This
Right.
high up.
Yeah, right.
21.
21. This fucker doesn't see you do it. And all of a sudden, like in the background, you pop behind somebody's head and like doop a doop a doop boop boop. Then you just pop back up like, what's up, guys?
We've got a pretty good idea where the last one is as well. We sort of encountered its effects.
Can you describe the effects? Process of elimination, if it's not here, it might help us understand the sin that lives here.
The details are a bit fuzzier on that one. At the time, we were passing through a small mining town in Azun. And it was just strangely abandoned. We didn't have any idea what sort of thing we were up against at the time. And we had other places to be, so we didn't attempt to deal with it then.
Of course.
Of course, that town was mostly already empty, so I'm not sure if it moves on to a bigger city from there or not, but at least give us a good starting point.
Sadly, much is not known. What details we have of the 3 evils are from the planar journals from... Give me a second. It's an actual dude. From... Damn it. Professor of Planar Astrology, Landbag Sutton. A male Grigaldorian who has made himself prominent enough to educate Cartholian wizards on such matters of planar astrology.
In that other town, seemed like we could mostly speak fine, although there's a shopkeeper we bought a wagon from. And while he spoke somewhat normally to us, like nothing was wrong, he was able to overcome what it was doing to him to some extent, and on the receipt he gave us, he scrawled, well, I don't know if it was help us or get out. It's back on my sheet.
It was get out.
Get out. It was in a very different handwriting.
Yeah, because that's a good point. Because back in Hyannisport, that shopkeep you talked to, the lady who was making armor and stuff, she was able to talk to you about what was going on. But in the mining town, nobody was able to actually speak about it. So
Every
maybe,
time we brought it up, it was.
so maybe that one was the
Was it-
speak no evil.
As if they didn't know, or as if they couldn't say.
Bit of both.
Roll
He has to
me-
So
distill-
more like say.
Roll me an intelligence check. This is a memory check. If you do have a keen mind, you do get a plus
You got
4
a
to the
keen
roll.
mind.
So,
Just everyone, anyone.
anyone that was there that wants to make that check.
I wasn't.
I was
I
not
wasn't
there.
there.
Oh, okay.
You weren't there?
No.
Yeah.
Oh
got-
yeah, that's right.
And-
Oh yeah, you were inducted. That's right. Jesus Christ.
So
Okay.
yeah, so
So
it's
strong, Decadic, and me.
yeah.
So yes,
16.
Yeah. So good.
What are we actually rolling?
It's a memory check, so it's an intelligence modifier.
Oh, okay. 9.
9.
Natural 20.
Natural 20
Was that a
Brag
25
about
or
it.
something?
with
25.
with keen mind and an intelligence. So what is that a total of?
And
Just enough.
just enough. With kid mind,
Is that
You
29?
know, not only does he remember, he's having a flashback.
down to my mind palace.
Perfect recall.
Increase your instant score by 1. You always blah, blah, blah. Total, I think it's just 25. But yeah.
Well, you get a plus 4 for memory checks. I give you since it's
Okay,
been
so-
longer than a month. I give you the plus 4.
So-
Remember it.
Okay, so yeah, that would be 29. Yes.
29. Wow.
Not impossible. Come on. Step up your memory.
High. That's a very high check.
Ooh, just
16.
You have an inkling that he couldn't say. Right? You do. You know. Your mind goes back and you think to everybody you talk to. You felt like from their demeanor they knew something, but they couldn't speak about it. They couldn't talk about it. Like they had seen something, but they couldn't physically act or speak about it. And had to act normally.
So I think you casted Dispel Magic on the guy very briefly.
Yeah.
I think I was the only one making the saves at
Right.
the time.
Yeah, you were the only one who, like, we were still, like, under the thrall, like, until we got out of town.
And when you cast a Dispel Magic, as if it had briefly freed him from it and he was able to speak in some way.
So that would mean that the Hydra here on El would be seen no evil. Which
Yes.
might make it the most difficult one to
Hard to
find.
How's that blind fighting training been going, Strom?
Oh, I have that.
Got quite a ways to go.
Extra long downtime.
I can train him on that. That's what I specialize in.
Oh yeah, you should though. Definitely.
I couldn't help but notice as we were
Style.
taking in the town, as we arrived here, seemed to be a disturbance by the gardens. A wizard going marauder of all things.
Poor Aegis. Yes. We knew that he was. There was an investigation. We believe that he had been dabbling in the last year. Possibly in some kind of forbidden arcane study. He was trying to. He was studying a realm beyond a realm. We don't have many notes on it. We believe those might be inside his now crystalline tower, which was not there before. It dissolved itself, turned into a giant crystal mirror-like spider, crawled all the way out into the gardens, and then planted itself into the ground. Now it's kind of an H shape.
Disturbing.
But we can see it, so it's not Hydra,
No.
right? Because if we couldn't see it, then it would be.
Then we could see the tower. The Hydra itself, we wouldn't be able to see. Which, again, just seems a coincidence if there's a Hydra that can bend reality with magics beyond this plane, and a wizard happening to go marauder, delving into forbidden arts may or not be entirely unrelated.
I believe it's possible. A month ago, I received a missive from Aegis saying that he had found something and he requested an audience with me. Aegis was an old fool. I had no time for it. It's wartime. I did not meet with Aegis, which I regret. This is, of course, word only that you know. I will, of course, profoundly deny that I had heard anything from Aegis. Aegis also said that I should look into something that he had found. He gave me an address. I have not gone there yet. I can give you such an address. If you wish to investigate this, you have a flying ship.
Yes.
You do.
I'm assuming you want to keep the flying ship.
Grown rather attached to it.
Astute observation.
I dare say we wouldn't have been able to slay the first false Hydra if we hadn't had it at our disposal.
Slay the false Hydra. Speak of no evil. Rid it from my city, and my city unscathed. And I will personally mark your ship and tell the council. Fair trade?
Yes.
No questions on where you got it.
It's a long story.
I'm sure there will be. But if you slay the Hydra, it's whatever story you wish it to be, old young child. Old young child. I love saying that to elves. Probably almost older than I am.
Maybe nearly.
Right. Well, there's that. Obviously, there's the Marauder. Obviously, Aegis may know more, but he's difficult to get a hold of. You could try communicating with Aegis. Perhaps inside his tower he might have more information, depending on what you find in the location that I am not giving you an address to, you're going to be able to go to. I'm willing to give you an escort who will speak on your behalf, allowing you past guards and into citizen areas. But you are not acting as members of the city guard, just friendly ambassadors. What country are you going to be an ambassador from?
Volcanium.
What?
Volcanium.
The giant slab?
It's the person that popped into my head.
Smith and I have formed an alliance of sorts between Ysseria and Borussia. We could be ambassadors speaking on their
And
behalves.
I also happen to be Forellian Lord.
Ah, Forellian Lord. So which country is it?
Aurelian,
Forellian.
do you think?
Well,
He's the ambassador. We're his entourage.
It was your missive, after all, that got us here.
excellent. Well then, he's going to extend his hand. As it does, a small crystal will pop up and it will float towards you, and it floats around your head. Ambassador
Like a
Snoot
sim.
of Ysseria.
You're a sim!
Yes. And Ambassador Decadic of Visseria. And Ambassador
Zorksan.
Zorksan of, I'm going to go on a limb, Quicksilver.
Your observations continue to serve you well.
I am a studied lore master. All right, and I recognize a Missian when I see it. I can smell the Fae on you. Oh, careful, those chairs recline. It floats out towards your head.
Don't dodge the crystal.
It was a dark crystal. I had to.
A human samurai? Excellent. Flies out. Of course, an ambassador of which clan?
The Phoenix Clan.
An ambassador of the Phoenix clan.
Of Arizona.
Of course. And his Azunian bodyguard.
Yeah.
That's you, Trey.
I'm aware.
With these, you'll be allowed passage through, and if you choose to investigate, feel free to investigate. The crystalline tower. Careful, Aegis has gone marauder. I believe you know what that means.
Yes, we've had the misfortune of crossing paths with a marauder in the past.
Well,
He was a fine fellow. Besides, worldly.
He has a treasure.
you have the run of the city.
Other treasure knows.
You can return to High Hall. Of course, you know of my secretary. Please feel free to reach out to him at any time. This is the address. He holds you a folded piece of paper. Aegis said proof of what he found was there. I have been waiting for you to come before I would investigate. What happened to Aegis happened a week ago. It's very recent. I've been busy with the Eastern Front. Anyway, I will be here in High Hall. If you need to speak to me, talk to my secretary. We'll pencil you in. Good luck, ambassadors. You represent your countries here.
Which country? Mysia?
Yeah.
Mysia. Okay.
That's right. Your country is Mysia, by the way.
Thank you. I had forgotten.
Good luck.
Thank you.
And if all goes well, if I may ask for one
My country
small
declares
additional
war.
thing, would we be able to have the knowledge of the teleport circle to come here freely?
If you take care of this issue, you can have access to one of the common teleportation circles.
Excellent.
And if this goes well, I do have other work here. Of course, we always have issues in the labyrinth. You're feeling up to killing a lich? Good luck. Of course, the reward is always there. We have your pick of legendary items from our vault upon slaying of the Lich Lord.
Aww.
Just one, though.
Chocolate
Just one
out
item.
with the girl.
For your pick. Your pick.
Very well. You all set about at once, hunting this thing down and
Huzzah.
protecting your city.
Excellent. Well, good luck. Good luck. I have business to attend to. Impy, come on.
Zucky. He's like, that's not my name.
Yes, it is. And he will, fuck it, conjuration. He just, boop, just disappears. Conjures himself somewhere else.
Someone go let us out.
After you ask that, like, there's a couple uncomfortable seconds, and all of a sudden, like
Allowed out, okay.
the stairs start coming down. The gate comes. Welcome to their first test. Exit the room.
The lights go out.
Welcome to the Squid Game. Anyway, no. Okay, so that raises up. The stairs come down. Of course, what's his name? Bernard is sitting there with his floating smoking pipe. There's no smoking inside that room. He's just standing outside the door. And he'll be waiting there. Let's take a 5-minute break. And we will pick back up from there, and you guys figure out what you want to do. Of course, I have like 14 other things happening in this city if you always want to get distracted. So, whatever you want to do.
Or
After these messages,
did we get permission to leave?
we'll be right back.
Boat wise?
No.
We will when we solve this.
Yeah, pretty much the boat
I thought I
is.
missed it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Defeating this, you can leave at any time, but if you want to leave with the boat,
Oh.
Yes. They said there were elevators down to the surface. Let's go.
All right, our audio is on. Banner and music is off, and we'll be right back. It's up. All right. Welcome back, all zero viewers, to another episode of Rocks Fall, Everyone Dies. All right. So, where do you guys go? Out of character, places around the city. Right? So, out of character, obviously you don't get a map of the city, but you do get the areas I've mentioned. There is the docks. There's the marketplace. There's Maiden's Leap, which more of like the underbelly. You know, if there's to be a seedy side of the town, And it's more like a dressed-up seedy side, but there's a seedier side of town. It's called
So,
Maiden's Leap.
South Des Moines.
There's the gardens, there's High Hall, and then there is the residential area, and of course, the magical school of
Lorehold.
Lorehold. Thank you. The name that keeps...
Just that one word.
I keep on trying to call it Load Home, and I'm like, that's not the right word.
Lodestone.
Lore Home. Jesus Christ. Come
Lore
on,
home
tell
or
me.
lore hold?
I roll a 1 on that memory check every time. At this point, I'm convincing myself it's the other name. Those are the named locations. Inside those locations, the Grey Respite is near Maiden's Leap. It's not at it, but it's just before the seedy side of town, between it and the Market District and the Residential District. So it kind of triangulates between the three. And that's on the non-Carthalian side of the mountain, because it's non-Carthalian mountain, Carthalian mountainside, and those bridges that cross. And the gardens is on the Carthalian side.
So the school kids go and they want to.
There is the blacksmith shop, which is in the merchant district, right? It's called the Exalted Furnace. There's the alchemist shop, also in the merchant district. It's called the Commoner's Trouble. There's a jewelry shop. It's called Guy's Key. It's also in the merchant district. There's the Enchanter's Monitor, which is also in the... I have to sneeze. It's in the Market District. Actually, no. The Enchanter's Shop would be in Lorehold. So, because it is, and it's just outside of it, so it's kind of like connected but not connected to the building. So that one's not in the Merchant District. There's not a magic shop in the Merchant District. It's actually on the Carthalian side. Near Lordholm, attached to it. There's a general store. That's in the Merchant District. And there are a couple prominent houses. There's a Merchant's Guild. That is located near the gardens, right? It's one of the houses that's just outside of the gardens, and it's faced towards the gardens. As well as there is a
Starbucks.
give me a second. There is a place called the Maiden's Virtue. That is, of course, on the seedier side of town. It is a opium house / brothel. And it's just outside of Maiden's Leap.
God.
There is a large religious center here, and it is inside the gardens. So all of the churches are just on the outside of the gardens, faced in, like those really rich houses that are in New York, right? So it's like those. So but they're inside, and all of them are faced in, as well as the one guild house is. It's not religious, but it is a guild house. It is all the merchant guilds, kind of a central area. It also acts as a central bank.
Ooh.
And all of them are to the Carthalian pantheon. So the biggest being Ram, the god of magic. But there are many, many others, so that is also a religious sector as well in town. So, where do you guys want to go?
Well, what address is written on that slip of paper we were given? So to be able to tell, just got here, we know where that was, just reading what we got.
You do get an address. If you do ask the secretary, he'll tell you where that is. That is in the Commons. On the other side, it's near Loreholm, but it's like 6 or 7 blocks away from it. Appears to be a residential house.
Should we go there straight away?
Should we? Do you want to look at shops first?
I mean, Yeah, but also
Four holes.
Thinking, depending on what's available, it might be handy for counteracting whatever we're going to end up fighting.
Get some goggles.
Yes, some evil seeing glasses. What? Toast is making Dick Hennig stupider.
I think a simple cloth will work for a blindfold.
Yes, that's it'd be handy to have some means of being able to see without needing to see. Yes, thank you, Toast.
Goggles.
The goggles, they do nothing.
Not even magical, they're just guys.
They
Oh.
look magical.
Yeah, let's say hit up shops first just to see what's available that could be useful, and then hit up the address, and I'll mention we have dinner reservations. Aha!
Is that a good restaurant?
I believe. Sorry, Toast, are you inebriated? You kind of slurred your words at the end there.
Is it a good restaurant?
I have never been. This is my first time here as well, but I ran into an old friend here.
Ooh.
I think we should meet.
A lady. Interesting.
You didn't say that.
I didn't, but yes, she
I'm
is
assuming,
a
I guess
woman.
just assumes lady.
Yes, let's hit up the enchanters.
Yeah, let's go.
Tim.
Okay.
Anywhere
Tim
else?
the Enchanter.
They're all ran by Tim.
Wait a minute.
Alright, no, we just done a bunch of shopping shit recently, but also we're in a fucking Magic City. It seems like we should check out.
Admittedly, we did just get solid rewards from that from our turn in at Wood
That too, we got money to burn.
Got some money at least. After we got robbed.
If only, I wonder if they'd let us use our ship funds to buy stuff before we properly have our ship sorted out here. Maybe we don't let them know we have stuff on the ship that's valuable just to be able to say this thing.
Well, we have people on the ship who are invested in keeping things below deck not found, so it'll be fine.
We're just a poor merchant sailing outfit that happens to have a sky ship. Nothing untoward about that.
No.
Totally by accident.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't ask about
All
it.
above board.
Way above board.
So you guys make your way through the city. Okay. I want everyone to roll percentiles. I'm going to roll percentiles. If you get within 5 points of me, you see a thing. If you don't, you don't.
Oh dear.
16.
16. Cool.
17.
17. Cool.
I hope we rolled a 15.
15.
Oh my god!
Cool.
22.
22. Jesus Christ. Thank God this isn't like low bad.
We're in a
21.
we're in a 7-point spread.
What the fuck?
Matt?
53.
Loser.
Yeah, come on!
You ruined it.
Had one job.
Probably good.
Watch, it's like 11. None of us get it.
I said within 5 points.
Yeah.
Okay, I rolled a 15.
We're always.
So Trey gets the most information. And then fucking you.
Everybody was.
I'm 22, so I'm 6 away.
6
Ooh.
away. Well,
No, you're
7.
not.
7 away.
7 away.
Close.
I'm 6 away.
Close. You're 6 away.
Bonkers.
Jesus Christ. I'm going to keep that in mind. Okay.
They're going to be interesting thing adjacent.
Street
As
taco vendor.
you're walking through the city, you're passing by shops, and you're passing by, and it's high noon still. Also, it's always high noon. Just letting you guys know, the sun hasn't moved an inch from the sky.
How warm is it?
Oh, it's about 75.
Which begs the question: why they have lamps? It's always noon.
Russ said
It's always sunny in hell.
That's true. That's something as you're walking by, like, why do they have these sun lamps? Like, it's always bright. Why would they do that?
Must be
Like,
signs of the false Hydra.
Oh God.
so, Trey,
Blast it.
as your character is walking by, and you're walking by these these shops, something catches on the right side. You are the first to notice it.
What is this?
As you're walking by, and it's in your peripheral, you're traveling in a large cluster together. You got your little floating crystals around you, and as you're traveling by, you notice your reflections look off.
Okay.
You're walking, and everyone's looking forward, right? All the heads on these reflections are looking towards you. As they're looking towards you, they have sunken, dark eyes.
Comrades,
Does it look different to
There's
his
something
two
afoot.
eyes?
look.
Yes.
Right.
As you look right, Decadic
Keep going.
and the captain are the first to turn. Everyone else is just slightly slow enough. Decadic and the captain, you look at your own reflections. For just a moment, their eyes are sunken in, black, hollow. Your features are more smoothed out and jagged looking. And as soon as you see it, you see your reflections run away. Leaving just... So you still see your own reflections, but you see shadows of your own reflections in the mirror split off in all directions, leaving just your reflections there, as if they were walking with your reflections. And they're gone.
Fucking crazy, right?
And everyone else just looks just a little too late. You know, you think you might have saw something for just a second out of the corner of the mirror, and so do you.
Yes. I see
You
it
just
too.
you might saw like a foot for a second out of the corner of the mirror, just gone. Like you like seeing motion, but like just out of your peripheral, like do, and it's just gone.
Yes, I see the thing as well. Ooh.
That's called a reflection.
It's spooky.
So they clearly didn't see it. You saw it, Captain?
I saw it. I'm not lying.
I as well. Our reflections ran away.
Yes, they did.
They looked
Fuck.
I
almost
think our robots.
corpse-like or
Yes,
zombie-like.
like
Something.
shadows of ourselves.
And not so much zombie-like, but more like paler.
Yes, we all have
Just
shadows.
like some of the color was gone.
He's gone mad.
And you saw weird shimmers in the color, almost if it's like rainbow-like,
Stop. You me.
reflected for just a minute when it ran away, leaving a rainbow-like blur.
Well,
Well, you're describing what you've seen.
yes.
Yes, I saw that as well. Yes, I know. Yes. It was, blurry with teeth. Yes.
Right. So. What?
So this is new. Don't recall any of the other towns having such an effect. So this is clearly
And this was on a reflective surface? Or was this figures by
You
themselves?
you guys are currently looking at a storefront, and it's a giant window pane with that reflection of light off that storefront. And it's as you were passing by the market district.
the shopkeeper is like, why are those guys staring so intently?
There's like
Are
a
they gonna
guy-
come in and buy something?
Like there's a guy sitting on the other side past the reflection you can barely kind of make the shadow of, and he's like,
We're staring intensely at him.
yeah, like holding up like a slaughtered pig, like
I'm just gonna just wave. So, So you saw something strange in a window, in a reflection, and it was weird.
Don't make me beat you up, Toast.
And it fled from us once we noticed it.
Not entirely unlike the constructs in Candasport that were following us. At least keeping out of sight.
I didn't see any constructs.
This is...
And they were hollow-eyed and spooky looking.
Yes.
And they looked just like you.
The sort of pallid reflection
Okay.
of myself.
Well, I say we keep our eye out in any mirrors and windows as we go, but I think for the most part we're gonna have to carry on.
Now to note, it looked like it ran away inside the reflection. As soon as it hit the corners, it was gone.
Yeah, well,
Can I do a perception check for smell?
Yes.
Because my thought process is that it probably smells. This Hydra smells the same as the other false Hydra, and I want to see if I can smell anything.
And you did memorize that smell before. Go ahead and roll.
Smelled like oranges. And like grape.
Lemon fresh pledge.
That would be a 15.
No.
15.
No.
It is a market, right? So it's a little tough to smell. There's a lot of scents around. But you walk up by the window, you walk up near it, maybe you even open up the door and look on the inside and you smell. You smell nothing. Like what? It just smells like a normal market. You smell nothing from the mirror, near the mirror, or near the market. From the area you're in.
So wait, is it a normal market smell?
Normal
or is it
market
the
smell.
Absence of smell.
It smells like a normal market, and you don't smell the Hydra
Okay.
or the smells you got from those golems before. But I will keep in mind that you have your sense of perception up, and you're keeping your eye open for smells. So I'll let you know if you're passive. I'll keep that up.
Okay.
this Aegis fellow went marauder a week ago, he said. Which, if it was because of the false Hydra egg, would hopefully mean it hasn't had much of a foothold in the city yet to take effect. Which is good for the citizens, but also will probably make it harder for us to track what exactly it's doing.
Captain's playing with the dog in the meantime.
Yes, this is very serious.
The dog's trying to tell us, what is that? Little Timmy fell on the well.
Little Timmy is the Hydra.
What makes me most curious, though,
Oh, hey, puppy girl. Hey.
is, like you said, the other one had those constructs, and they did seem to be measuring people or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But they at least had
Roll me.
an effect in the physical world. What are these ones being able to do? What purpose does that serve?
All of them.
Seem to be. We fled when we noticed them, so simply spying on our movements. All conjecture, not enough information still, but let's see what's available here that could maybe help us peer through illusions or detect evil like this.
Yes.
Is the high suicide rate something that has been going on for a while? Is it something recent? Do we know?
Let's go ask somebody.
You could probably ask.
I think we should ask.
Let's do it. Let's go talk to peoples.
Also, I'm gonna need to go buy some scrolls of darkness.
Oh.
Oh.
It's less our sight, and
Captain.
what can be generally seen.
I can blind fight.
That would be quite useful, actually.
Toast useful? Ha! Finally.
So you guys, Are you continuing to go to the Enchanter's Monitor, or
For now.
for now?
Yes.
Okay. You make your way across. Eventually, you cross the bridge. Once you get across the northern bridge. No, you'd have to go across the southern bridge because the northern bridge is cordoned off because that's near Maiden's Leap. You take the southern bridge over. As you go past the southern bridge, past the gardens, past the religious sector, you then turn northward up. And on the northern side of town, and deep in the residential, is a large opening, and it is a university. This is just a large university, kind of opens up as you get past that area. It's a large squared off area, large yards, lots of magic kind of towers and small, like large university style, Roman style university buildings with large steps that go up, and a much larger structure near the top of a hill. None of it is walled off, but on the outermost area, you see a magical shop, and it very much points towards itself. You'll see that familiars every once in a while fly around it will mention, hey, there's a magical shop over here. You want to buy something?
Pop-up ads?
Boy, do I.
Yeah, like little sparrows that basically act as pop-up ads. Like, have you thought about buying anything magical today? Hey, there's a magical thing over here. Here, follow me.
Not interested, irrelevant, hide all ads.
10 celebrities you won't believe who are wizards. 10 wizards you won't believe are celebrities.
You need an anti-life shell for ad blocker.
So you eventually make your way towards the Enchanter's Monitor. Is a large 4-story tower outside the prestigious college of Lorehold. The street outside is next to a large public square, which the public square is the university.
The quad.
Large, yeah. It's a public quad square.
I'm not from here.
University.
No, but I am from a university.
Quad square. The Enchanter's is a 4-story tower with a reinforced wooden door and a small enclosed desk. It contains a large bell over the door and a horned skull with a crystal ball embedded into it.
Kid.
As you get close, the crystal ball will reflect a perfect duplicate of your own face. As you get by, it's like, oh, welcome to the Enchanter's Monitor. I'm the Monitor. Please come on in. And as you pass by the door and you open it, it's like, ding, ding, ding. And as you
No,
walk through,
I want
It's a grad student standing there. Ding! Ding! So I pass. Ding!
you know what? Fuck it. There's an apprentice there. Ding. The dinger's broke. Ding.
So when I look in to
Ding.
see a perfect reflection of my face, I don't see anything different because I'm already perfect.
Sure, that's what you tell you. Except, where did that mark come from?
No sunken eyes, creepy visages that we see.
That sounds like another bar.
No.
Creepy visages. Or another. Isn't that all
As you guys pass by, there are specials. Pipes of Haunting, Quiver of Enola, and a Belt of Giant Strength for specialty prices here.
Quiver of Enola.
Yep.
What I have.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
What does it do? Stuff?
You
like
can
a-
carry a whole bunch of stuff.
It's like a bag of holding, but for weapons.
Do you know how many halflings you can carry?
What kind of belt of
More
giant
than 12.
strength?
Belt of Giant Strength, the 7 grand one, so that would be the... that would be Fire Giant Strength.
Ooh. Fire giant?
Sold!
You're gonna there goes your money again.
This is worth it.
What's the belt you have right now?
Hill.
Bill?
Dude, that's a 25 strength thing.
Uh-huh.
You gonna trade in the hill giant, see if we can get a discount?
Anybody else want
What does it do to your strength?
it?
Makes it a 25.
The hill?
No.
Hill
Oh,
makes
the
it
Hell
21.
21.
If you don't mind just giving it to me, I wouldn't. You have to attune to it?
Yeah.
No.
Regardless, sold.
Yeah,
How
you
much
carry
are
on.
they?
The listed price is 17,633 copper.
17.
Yeah.
Said 7.
I meant 17.
Damn it.
Yeah, that's more in line with.
Which is like 10 grand cheaper than you normally get it anywhere else.
Holy shit.
Because they're special, which means it's cheaper.
5K.
All right.
Can we
Yeah.
put the belt on the ship?
Could I trade the belt and some other stuff for a discount?
Yeah, but it's probably going to be lesser. But yeah, it's possible. It's possible. Let's pull up. Let's introduce the shopkeeper. The exceptionally.
How much gold do you need, Neil?
10 grand.
Copper.
10 grand.
How much?
10,000.
I can give you whatever you need after you.
You guys did just get
Trade some
richer.
stuff.
How much
Like you
money
just
do you
dispersed
have?
like 70K amongst a lot of you.
Well, I would have a lot less, but we got a lot of money at the last time.
That's
I had
true.
73% of my gold or my copper stolen.
Oh yeah, you got fucked. I forgot about that.
So
Yeah.
what do you have now?
I have a great item to trade.
13,000.
Oh,
Good
okay.
to-
I have a Tome of Understanding.
You do. That.
It is used.
Might
Might
be
to
a fair
recharge.
trade.
You're old, right?
Have you read it all yet? You just said okay, so it's lesser, so it's not gonna be good for 100, but still
I only have
tradable.
like
Tradable.
3,800. You guys made out a lot better than I did, I think.
So this exceptionally lanky man wears
We're
a
on the bomb run.
brown-colored shirt and green pants. Green being the color of the school. He accessorizes with a blue scarf around his waist and a sharp diagonal and a strap diagonally across his chest. His gold hair is singed and shortened. His face possesses a mild wrinkles. His smile is extraordinarily sincere, though he does not seem to smile often. His witty, monotone delivery gives off typical British person. Okay. Oh, welcome for entering my shop. I'm Alex Ainsley. I am the wizard of this establishment. Current shopkeep and undergrad at Lorehold. How may I help you?
spirits.
That belt, the fire giant strength. Would you take some items and trade?
Possibly, yes. Depends. It's quite an expensive deal. We only make one at a time. It is a specialty in the shop. I suppose you're first. Trading in goods, are we?
Potentially.
Okay. All right. What do we have?
Well, I've got 20 plus 2 sling bullets.
20 plus 2 sling bullets. I will give you plus 2. It's 20, so it's not a full pouch, half pouch. Plus 2 sling bullets. So about 1,000. It's half that. It's 500. So you get quarter plus 3 is 50%. Okay.
Calculator.
Let me pull up an Excel sheet. So, sling bullets. I'm willing to give you. Yes, I'm willing to give you 400 copper pieces for that.
Okay. I've also got a belt of hill giant strength.
Belt of Hill Giant Strength. Alright, let's look at that. That's normally 1500.
Beat up old dress bucket with his shiny new car.
Get that trade-in value.
Yeah.
I'm willing to give you 750 copper
Might
pieces
cover
for
a
that.
too.
What item is that? Is it a potion?
It's a belt.
Belt of fire giant strength.
What does it bring your strength up to?
25. So,
Is it an attunement?
Yep.
yeah, it's a 2. Feel free to look it up, Trey. We're in roleplay right now. So,
And I pull out a Tome of Understanding.
oh, has it been used?
Yes.
When?
Yesterday.
Within the year.
This will be reusable in 100 years. Alright?
Think of it as a long-term investment.
Yes. Alright. Normally something like that would sell for 25,000 copper pieces. It's been used. It won't be good for 100 years, so normally you'd get half the selling price for selling it in, which would take it from 25 to 1250. It's been used, which will again reduce its price by half. So 1250 divided by 2 is going to be I'll give you 7,000 copper pieces for it.
$7,000 plus what else? Just
750.
8,000.
Yeah, it's almost eight. You're almost at 8,000 copper pieces currently.
Neil, how much was that belt running for?
His old one?
The fire giant strength
The
belt.
new one?
17,633 copper pieces.
I can't afford that.
So
But
So I'm up
that
to-
would be a nice belt to have.
I've got 7,700, and that's 7,000, almost 8.
yes,
That's
that's
will give you
15,850.
2,810 copper, all that I have
Hang on.
for that belt.
Let me see if I can persuade him to come down in price.
He's not going to come down.
Damn it.
Set price by the university.
I am an ambassador.
It's heavily discounted already, by like 10 grand because it's specialty items are already discounted in the area you get them at.
How much more you got? Do you need?
So I'm at what? 15?
15,850.
And I need 17. What's the difference?
3,000. You need 3,000 more.
Let me see.
Good. I'll chip in for helping get that for you.
1,783 copper.
It's 2,000.
You've helped me buy shit before. I'll be there.
Sold.
All right. Well, you're flat broke. Go ahead and subtract 1,783 from yours. Subtract out all your money.
Not all of it. Close.
Close. Okay.
You have 4 left.
No, I have 78 left.
Okay.
Yeah.
And delete out the sling bullets, the belt of hill giant strength, and the tome. And add a belt of fire giant
Well
strength.
worth it. Well worth it.
One of the few places you can get something that rare here. So, all right. Well, that was quite profitable. All right. There's the belt. It's going to take me another 6 months to make another one. Well, I have plenty of undergrads. 3 months. So,
Call it extra credit.
Interns.
unpaid interns. Unpaid undergrads. They pay to work for me. It's great. So, anyway. What else are you gentlemen looking for? I have quite the collection. I have potions. Some potions, not many. Honestly, I just have potions of healing, really. I have a couple. Someone gave them to me in trade. I, of course, have plenty of scrolls. I have magical weapons, magical items. What is it you're looking for, specifically?
Goggles.
Goggles.
This.
Stuck on goggles.
Specifically, anything that would help us see through illusory magic. Sort of anything related to true seeing that can help us discern reality.
Or something that lets you see without seeing.
I have scrolls of, I do have a scroll of darkness.
How did I miss me up there?
I'll take that.
things that can help you see. I don't have any goggles. I do have a wand of secrets.
Ooh. Is it secret? Is it secret? Lord
Nothing else really along those lines. I'm sorry.
useless. Let's
Scroll of Darkness and a Wand of Secrets I currently possess.
I'll buy that scroll of darkness.
That'll be 240 copper pieces for the ambassador.
Excuse me, Shonky, if I may ask you a question.
Of course.
Your city is perpetually bathed in the light of a sun, so it's always noon.
Yes.
Then why do you have the street lamps on?
Oh, of course. The city wasn't always perpetually bathed in light. About 600 years ago, after a great war with some of the remnants of a now dead elven empire, this city was blessed by...
The Summer King, and now he's gone.
Whose fault's that?
Dude, they're the ones who captured the Summer King. They made it sun here all the time. I tell you so.
Heat misers.
Edicolia, the goddess of war, summer, and gambling.
Ooh.
And to thank her, of course, we allowed within the city a small temple to her, also which is a casino, and of course the houses of ill repute. Throughout the city, they're allowed to fester.
So then, why keep the lamps on?
They're just on anyway. They're powered by sunlight. At this point, they just power other things within the city.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we call them solar power.
Interesting concept here. Solar power.
What are some of your other high-ticket items?
How high ticket are we talking about?
6 feet.
Up to 16K?
What, plus 12?
16,000.
Oh, with the bells? Oh, damn. What was that sparkly thing?
Well, I have some scrolls of regenerate. Those are useful. A couple powerful scrolls. 16,000. Oh, that one's wrongly priced. There would be... There we go. I'm afraid our most expensive items, it's definitely not that. Definitely not the Staff of Power. Scrolls of Master. Oh, we have a fully charged 9 lives Stealer Greatsword.
Oh, gee, Captain.
What was the Staff of Power you just mentioned?
A Staff of Power. A staff of a former Archmage who recently retired. It's 95,000 copper pieces.
God!
I have 78.
How
Would you pitch in?
much was your time stop scroll?
Not that much. There was like 9,000.
It's not the most expensive thing in the
never
shop.
mind. What is your most
Out of morbid
What
curiosity.
is your most expensive item?
An apparatus of color wash. It's 100,000 copper.
Of color wash?
Apparatus of color wash. It's a mobile tank. A mobile magical tank that's in more of a crab-like structure. This one specifically does have some magical wards, and of course is shrinkable down to figurine size, so that you can expand it at a time of your choosing and have your
For now.
own magical mobile tank.
I need to go to a bank. I want to go to a bank, put the ship up as collateral. I need to borrow.
And I
know a dwarf
suppose
you could talk to about that.
the third one would be, of course, a talisman of pure good.
No, thank you.
It's like a super paladin item.
Super paladin item.
Talisman of pure good.
It's like a really souped up holy symbol.
It costs more than 78.
Ooh.
It's 71,700 copper pieces. Anyway, we do have I do have a plus 3 gamblers dagger.
Ooh.
That is 16,100 copper. Ring of Tallman Ring of Resistance, a much superior version of the Ring of Resistance. Cold. Oh, I have a Sunblade.
Sunblade.
A blade made of pure radiant light.
Lightsaber.
What was that ring of resistance?
Yes, Tourmalin's Ring of Resistance. It's much like a normal Ring of Resistance, except for 10 minutes you can activate an effect which takes your concentration and makes you immune to that element. It is the cold.
You kidding?
I have other items as well: Rings of Ram, Claw Feather Tokens of a Swan Boat, Long Sword of Sharpness, a Dragon Slaying Rapier, Brass Horn of Valhalla,
Oh, horn, you're saying?
Rings of Resistance, Warhammers of Warning.
40K?
That is how much they cost, yes.
Excuse me, shopkeep man.
Yes,
What was this horn you mentioned?
Brass Horn of Valhalla.
Please, give me the details of this horn.
You blow the horn, and magical servants will come from it to assist you in battle.
How much?
8,400 copper pieces.
8,000, you're saying?
8,400 copper pieces, yes.
Well, let me see. Well, wait, hold on, I have 200. I could give you my Acheron blade rapier. I like that sword. I'll think about it. Thank you, I shall think about it.
Sunblade's nice.
Appears I am good.
Is there anywhere, do you know,
How much?
where we could request custom spell scrolls? If there's a specific magic in mind that we were looking for?
Well, you can request them. We can have some of our students craft them, depending on the level. This is a school, of course. And the teacher's time is precious.
How much would you give for this Acheron blade?
It's a common, isn't it?
It's rare. It requires attunement.
So that's blue.
Yeah. Black blade of this sword is crafted from mysterious arcane alloy.
I'll give you 1,000 copper.
Oh. That's it?
Yes, I have to resell them.
Oh. I'll just take that back.
Strong,
Thank
you
you.
look like you
Hey,
have
go
something.
fuck yourself.
What was that, Strom?
How much do you need?
Oh, okay.
Oh, it was what, 8,000?
8,400.
Oh, for the Brass Horn of Valhalla? Yeah.
It's gonna, just like last time, explode on your first go at it.
Well, I need about. I have. Let me double check. I would need about maybe 2,000 more.
I'll give you 2,000.
Ah, good man! I wish to purchase the horn.
For 8,400 copper pieces.
Yes, 8,400 copper pieces.
Okay, we'll subtract the equivalent amount of gold from your...
I will. Give me the horn.
Pass you the Brass Horn of Valhalla. The brass version will summon 3d4 plus 3 berserkers who are proficient with all simple weapons.
It's called the Brass Horn of Valhalla.
Brass Horn of Valhalla. It summons berserkers.
Sweet.
How much would a scroll of true seeing cost, and how soon could it be ready?
Scroll of True Seeing.
6th level spell.
I don't have one currently made. It could take a couple days. We could put a rush order on it. It will double the price.
Oh, there it is. One of Valhalla.
And what would be the base price?
Similar to the base price would be 2,500 copper.
It's not bad.
Yeah. Be ready in a couple days. This will probably take us a while to get to the bottom of this.
It will take. We could put a rush on it and have it done in one day, but it'll add 1,000 copper, so 3,500.
I will give you my sword as that 1,000 if you want it.
Fair enough.
There you go.
We trade in the Acheron blade for the.
For the 1,000 to give to him to use the spell.
All right. Well, tomorrow morning, please come to the shop, and we will have that scroll of true seeing ready for you.
Thank you.
Would you be willing to retcon my sale?
No.
Sure.
Okay. Trey, you want the Hill Giant Strength Belt?
It would be handy, but I mean, you had it fair and square
Or
first.
the Hell
man.
Giant's the
It's
21.
all you.
Yeah, the Hill Giant's 21 strength.
I'm at 18.
Okay. So he'll give me the cash for it. I'll give him the Hill Giant strength. Use that cash to make the sale.
Okay. Do you want the belt of Hill Giant strength, Trey?
Are you sure, Neil?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was trading it in to sell it.
He bought himself the Fire Giant. He's offering his old Hell Giant to you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll take the
Yes.
Hill Giant one, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's attunement, so keep that in mind. But yeah, add
I've got an open slot.
belt of Hill Giant strength. Add it to your inventory.
She
How
said,
come it, there it is. Whoa! Whoa!
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Neil.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Matt.
Okay.
no problem.
We're good.
Now to zero out my account.
I have 149
How
left.
much was the belt for trade-in?
For trade-in, it was like
700.
it was yes, it was the belt of Hill Giant strength was going to be 750 copper pieces.
So Trey, just give me 750.
Done.
There.
Dunzo.
But horn did not require attunement. Nice.
Okay.
Get the dad to be like this.
It just has limited
It's
use.
quiet and
Yeah.
cute.
So, anything else, gentlemen?
I think our business is done.
Excellent, excellent. Well, pleasure doing business with you. Go Spirits!
Go Spirits!
Hoorah!
It's the local team.
Yeah, that's tasty. Look at that.
Let's go Spirits. Yes, we can. Let's go Spirits. Woo! Our
Helps
defense.
to ingratiate yourself with the local populace if you take an interest in the recreational activity.
Our defense is magical. Yes.
Morgan, I think I saw
Someone hit
something
him.
over
Someone
there.
hit him.
Technically, it's hiss boo, hoo ha ha, ray hoo, hiss boo.
He gets it.
Hiss boo, ray ha ha, hiss boo, ray ha ha. Spirits, spirits, they got spirit. Boo.
Woo! We're gonna fight for Laurel. We're gonna send.
Alright, shall we be on our way, gentlemen?
As you pass by, the magical marching band is practicing in the field.
Except it's all accordions and bagpipes.
Right.
Apothecary nearby?
So you wish you had the
Apothecary?
earmuffs.
That's actually back in the merchant district.
Alright, no need for it right now.
Yeah.
Let's keep heading over towards the house in the commons.
Okay.
Yeah.
House in the Commons. I am going to use. Let's take a 5-minute break, and after that 5-minute break, we will enter the scene
Nice.
in the Commons.
See what we can find.
Sweet, I got a sword that doesn't
After these messages, we'll be right back. And
We
we
are
just
set for life.
Like a dog.
His heart.
Okay,
Yeah.
we are right back. So,
Magical creature of power. I have a quest to kill like a powerful creature of some sort to possibly get adamantine armor enchanted. I figured Harambe probably had a powerful enough part, but no.
anyway, you guys ready?
Yep. Let's do
All right.
Let's go.
You arrive at the address. It looks like a small, unassuming house. It is a single-story ranch house with a white picket fence, a lamppost just right outside. There appears to be a mailbox that says "The Millers." The mailbox appears to be overflowing with mail.
What do you think they meant?
It's obviously light out. There appears to be the curtains are drawn in the house, and the door is shut. There seems to be a single door in the front. There are stone steps that lead up into the front yard, which is a small front yard, but it's a front yard. And the grass is growing. The grass appears to be overgrowing, as if it hasn't been mowed in quite a while. Which normally to you guys would be crazy that people would mow grass, but you've been walking by perfectly cut lawns. And you've seen people mowing grass with these hand push mowers, or having like fairies mow their lawn for them with like cutting grass with like little swords.
Captain, plan of attack here.
Stop getting
I
hit by a
say-
dog, for starters.
Oh, you guys seem to... Your picture's been frozen for a while.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
know.
say we go in, blast down the door, and see what happens.
It does look pretty clearly abandoned, though, so...
Yes. That's.
Maybe we should check the back door.
Oh.
That's what she said.
Does everything appear shut? Any, like, windows open? Anything like that?
All the windows appear to be shut. The curtains are closed. It is a single-story ranch house. No smoke coming from the chimney. The mailbox is overflowing. And the grass is uncut.
I did not prepare to detect magic today. God damn it.
While we're standing here talking about this, can I do a quick just looking around? Is anyone looking out their windows at us, like watching us in front of the house?
Roll me a investigation check.
Like nosy neighbors?
Just that Alice Crabtree.
Investigation, that is a 29.
29? Okay.
Just be like,
Not overly, no.
it's okay.
You feel very confident that most people, you're just walking down the street. Well, God knows what time it is, right? It still appears to be high noon.
We
Right.
can get ourselves a watch for this city.
Yeah, when it.
Would my keen mind let me know what time it was?
Yes. It's about 4 o'clock. About 5 hours from when you're supposed to meet your friend.
9 is when we're having dinner.
Yep.
9 p.m.
Yep.
29. Yeah, it's about what you get
A
there.
college student.
Oh, that's
Trying to think what else. That's about it.
time.
Not many people out right now. You think if there were more people, and there's not a lot of people out, you're guessing most people are probably at work or in their houses. You think if you probably stood out longer, they'd probably notice a bunch of foreigners with floating crystals that show that I have a pass to go where I want because I'm an ambassador. But
Time to embass upon this
How about
house.
the sewer? How about the rubber day?
There are like a couple people out, but they're like mowing their lawns, and there's a couple fairies down the way. They're like clipping grass with like swords, and they're like,
On guard! Do-do-do-do-do.
you can understand them.
I
Most people
can.
don't speak Mithrian can't understand them.
Yep.
Well, let's
Not Sylvan?
go knock on the
So-
door.
Sylvan, I was gonna
Same
say.
thing, same equivalent.
Okay.
Proceed
well,
with
I understand them
caution.
too.
There you go.
Come at the grass.
So what are you doing?
Anyone doing
Go up
anything?
and
Stroll on up and,
the front door.
yeah. Take this nice and
Okay.
slow.
You walk up to the front door. You knock on it. Okay. Wait a little while. Wait a little while. No one seems to
the
answer.
door locked?
Strong. You smell that smell.
Uh-oh. Badgers.
Okay.
It's
I'll,
light.
let everybody
it's here.
know.
What smell?
The smell that was in the air when we. What town was that? Was that Hyannisport?
Yes.
Where the other false Hydra was? I
Which one?
smell it again.
I don't think Artax was there for that.
Nope.
Artax even smell?
Artax was down the boat.
He doesn't have a nose
Yep.
yet.
Oh, not yet.
Artax does not know what the fuck y'all talking about.
Neither do I. I was not that.
We have discussed this.
We are going to trust Strom's nose and be very cautious.
All right then.
You think I pay attention to briefings? I just fall asleep inside my helmet.
I wanna
Sleep
see if it's
mode.
locked.
Okay, you grab onto the door. You twist it. Appears locked.
It's locked. Captain!
Allow
pick
me,
the lock up.
and I haul back and kick down the bell.
Okay.
Let's try to be a bit more subtle.
All right. You kick down the door.
Would you like an athletics check?
No. Your raw strength alone is enough.
Yeah.
You kick in the door. It explodes with force, and and it goes flying inwards. A guy who's mowing the lawn down the street just looks and drops his mower and runs inside. Door's open.
Alright.
Well, since it's
I've
open,
got no belt. I'm gonna use it.
Sure.
in the building we go.
Yes.
Well, I'll go anyway.
Eyes up, everyone. Watch
I'll
your
go.
surroundings.
I will go with third.
Okay.
So who's
How
second?
how strong
You
is
have
the
blind
smell?
fighting.
Like, is it?
I will go
you know, maybe
first.
we'll tell if it's close.
Shortly
I was gonna say
after
you
the
should
door
close your
gets
eyes.
kicked open, it's palpable. It whiffs in from the
you can
inside.
detect.
Not as strong, but it's like a light version of it.
Tony, I will
Yes.
close my eyes.
You close your eyes.
I'm gonna
Okay.
go in blind and use my blind sense.
Use your blind sense.
Strom should
Sense of
probably do
blind.
the same and focus on his smell.
Yes, I will. I will follow and focus on my other senses. Yes.
Focusing on your other senses. Sounds good to me.
Moreover, you can see invisible creatures within range unless creature. Oh, okay.
And I'll
I'm gonna
cast.
go around looking everything. 'Cause
Okay.
Thing, you know, it's an extra sense. Just oh wait, that was toast.
Oh god, that was the false Hydra. I'm leaving.
Captain, he's licking me.
No.
Captain, I don't like it.
And I'll cast my astral retreat spell just so I can periodically vamp into the astral realm just to see if there's anything to see.
You lick me, and I go, Scarlet?
Okay, so you guys go in through the very front door. As you guys kick in the door, you knock over a small basket of what appears to be fruits, not rotten yet, that fall over and spill out into the what appears to be a open dining area. Immediately, you do see what appears to be a childlike creature, person, that is sitting at the dinner table faced away from you. They do not seem to react to you kicking in the door. Next to them appears to be a bunch of pots and pans over a stove, but the stove is not lit. It's more like an open grill, an inside grill. And there appears to be a door beyond, past the dinner table. This is a dining area. The child does not seem to react. Just sits there. You see its hands on the table, facing away from you.
Uh-oh.
Not creepy.
If we stare where it seems to be staring, just nothingness, really?
Someone turn my head towards
You,
that direction.
you stare where it's staring. It just appears to be a square room. It's not staring at you. It's faced away from you. So you're seeing the back of somebody's head, hands on the table. Unmoving.
I will aim my arcane cannon at the back of this kid's head.
No.
Kid.
Relax, Jax.
Yeah, not gonna be shooting before asking questions.
Children are creepy.
True, but
Is Toast facing the right way?
Yes, Toast will move her
Toast is
head.
out in the street.
Thank you.
Toast, you're walking, you sense the presence of somebody sitting before you. You kind of feel the
Captain?
sensory like a dining table.
Is someone sitting at a dining table?
Do you want me to roll to see if I bamf to the astral or not?
Yeah, sure.
Before we approach it. And nat 20, okay.
Way to use it.
Yes.
Captain,
Now,
Jacadic is gone.
bamf, and do I see... What do I see in this version?
Bamf into the astral realm. You see this room in the astral, and you see shadow reflections of everyone around you except for the boy sitting at the table. You do not see the because normally people near you show up as kind of like shadowy, misty kind of reflections of themselves. This one, you do not see the shadowy reflection of the boy in front of you. Then you bamf back, and the boy's solid there, as real as you are, but faced away from you, hands on the table, unmoving.
So,
We should do something.
So it's been about a round. From the boy, you'll hear, "Mommy?
Oh.
Mommy, is that you?" The voice sounds hollow.
Oh shit, I'm scared.
"Mommy? Mommy, I'm scared."
I'm gonna do true sight with my mask.
You don't see a boy.
My arcane cannon goes.
What do I see?
Nothing.
Oh.
Wait, what's his flip say if he doesn't see a boy?
Nothing.
Nothing.
empty table and chair.
Empty table, yeah, and the chair's there, just there's no boy.
So I still somehow sense the figures there, though, even though
You sense a physical presence in front of
weird.
you.
Okay.
Go on the other side of the boy. How's his, do his eyes look like a normal person's?
As
or
you
are
start
they...
walking past the boy,
Wow.
he's looking forward, doesn't look at you. The mouth is wide open,
Ugh.
and hollow black eyes, pale
Ooh.
face with a mirrory kind of shimmer to it, an open mouth, completely open, as if it's artificially just an open mask-like mouth. And you hear out of that open mouth, "Mommy? Mommy, are you there? I can't see you, Mommy."
Hey, Smooch, remember those reflections we mentioned? Like that of yourself.
Well, currently everyone else is behind him. Like you're the one staring.
It's like...
What do you see,
Also,
Captain?
I don't think Smoot saw the reflections, but I did. What was that, Captain?
I said the reflections we were talking about. You saw it.
Yes.
He looks like it.
Oh, God.
Except I
And I
don't
shoot
see
it.
anything in the chair.
I
That
sense
was
something
true sight.
in the chair.
The head begins to slowly turn around. Not the body, just the head.
Oh God!
Turns
Awesome.
around.
You
and it
can't
just
see it.
faces towards you
freaking out
guys.
Still,
Have you seen my mommy?
Captain, it's speaking.
Oh, God.
From down the hall you hear, "Dear, is that you? Mommy's coming."
Do I sense another figure coming?
You hear steps, hollow steps down the hall.
Captain.
You won't see anything.
Past the
Yeah.
shut door.
True sight, anything?
You don't see. You don't. It's limited to this room. Obviously, the walls are physically there. You don't see a boy.
Is there anything else?
Nothing else.
Okay.
The hallway door. You hear like somebody's trying to open the hallway door, and like pushing on it. But you know, boom, boom, boom. Mommy's coming. Don't worry. I'll be there soon. The head turns back around, facing towards the wall.
Any disturbances on the floor? Like tunnels, that kind of
No.
big holes, noticeable issues.
Just a square room. There's two windows on either side. The curtains are drawn in. The sunlight kind of like pushes against it, so you can kind of like almost see through the other side.
Dim in here.
But it's very dim in here. But just enough everyone with dark vision sees perfectly fine.
Let's open the curtains.
Yeah.
I agree with Smoot.
Okay.
Yes. Let's throw over the curtain.
Okay. You open up both curtains. The sunlight pours in, reflects, hits the boy. As it hits the boy, his skin becomes more shimmery, almost rainbow-like. Just barely, just on the surface.
He's a vampire.
And no one has tried to engage the boy yet, have they?
Nope.
Like, talk to the boy?
Nope.
Not directly.
Go for it.
Maybe. I can't speak any language that you would probably understand.
Yeah, he's speaking Carthalian, if that
Oh.
helps.
So I just hear noise. Yep.
We got tons up still. That's a safe bet. We've been over an hour. I'm not sure any of us know what he's saying.
I'll let you keep it for now. That's fine.
Okay.
You still got your rally cry?
Yeah. It's still within an hour, then yeah, we should still have it.
Yeah, I'll say you're getting close. You got about 10 minutes left on both.
Gotcha.
Someone coming.
Once again, on the far side of the door, like someone trying to open up the hallway door.
Okay. Open the other curtains.
Yeah. Sunlight pours in. The boy's skin is somewhat shimmery, reflective almost.
Nothing I can
The
see with
rainbow
true
like
sight.
tinge. You see nothing. Like you open up the door, like it's light in here. It looks like a well-lit room. The fruit looks older, right? Like it's ripe. Like it's just ripe now. Maybe in like another week or two, it's going to start rotting. But the apples are there. They got some bananas and a pineapple and all that, and it's all just ripe.
Delicious.
It's on the floor. You guys are kind of kicking it about as you're walking around the room.
I'm going
Looked
to.
like it was like a shopping basket.
I'm going to carefully navigate my
Meat
way
next to it that's rotten though.
around the room. Keep
Okay.
my eyes shut still, just, blind
Okay.
sensing.
Okay.
I want to go to the door that she's trying to open and open it.
Okay. With your eyes closed, you open the door.
Because it's Smoot
it's-
saying he can't see anything, but I sense something. I'm
On
getting curious.
on this side is actually as you feel the lock. It's a push lock, and the lock is pushed in,
Oh.
locking from the other side. So you literally, as you turn the handle, it unlocks itself,
Oh, okay.
and you open the door. As you
Okay.
do, a woman's figure with long brown blonde hair looks perfectly normal. Currently, she's in darkness, so she's not shimmery, but that whitish color. It's like a normal face, except all the blood's like sucked away from it,
Like a
just
corpse.
like corpse white, except hollow black eyes and an open mouth.
It's like the masks from Pink Floyd The Wall.
Yeah. As she begins to and as she walks, you notice when she moves, it's junting movements. Like suddenly she's moved a little bit. and she's just moving.
As far as I can tell.
Did
Like-
she walk through?
Almost like you blink and she's moved.
Oh, like
But-
stop motion?
But it's just like, yeah, it's like stop motion, except you're looking directly at her.
Oh.
He opened the door. Did she walk straight through him?
No, she didn't. She just move. And then she just kind of stopped in front of him. And she's like, I've arrived, honey. Oh, we have guests. Welcome, guests. Let us cook you dinner.
In using the psychic
You hear,
right?
it's just hollow and jumpy, like it jumps around.
It's talking.
I'm gonna poke the child.
Feels physical. You poke him, he's physically there. His skin feels rock hard and spongy at the same time, like you're pushing in coral.
Ooh.
But then it releases and it comes back into shape, like it's like some kind of spongy rock.
I say we burn down this house from orbit.
Have you seen my husband? He's supposed to come back home soon.
What
Where
did
did
it say?
he go?
Have you seen my husband? He's supposed to come home soon. Hello, honey.
Do I see any of this?
Fucking nothing. And with True Sight up, you don't hear any of it either.
Ooh.
I hear nonsense. Feel it. Can't
They're
see.
talking to nothing. It's like you're turning it off and then like turning on like you got one eye open and you're like just doing this. So you're flipping between the two. And it's like there, not there, there, not there, there, not there. I hear them, I don't hear them.
Oh
I
my
hear them, I
God.
don't hear them.
That would be.
I want to find
tell me
a
what's going
reflective
on.
surface and see. Have Smoot look at it / myself. Does this
Roll
girl have
a-
haunted version of the minute?
Roll a investigation check to look for a reflective surface. Are you going to stay in this room or are you going to investigate further?
If someone tells me what's going on,
Spread
I
out.
will stay in the room.
So are you staying in this room?
Someone telling me what's going on?
Or are you going to go into other rooms to look for this reflective
Go
surface?
into other rooms? I'm gonna spread out. I just want to find
Yeah,
a
I'm
reflective.
gonna go into another room because I don't know what's going on.
Is anyone staying with the figures?
I only hear voices.
I'll stay for now.
Okay.
Just take
I'm going to stay as well.
Okay. So you get out of her way or are you staying in her way?
Since I can only physically sense her, so I will try to go around it as best with feeling.
I'm just asking if you're moving out of the way so she can come into the room.
Yeah, I will. Yeah,
Okay.
because I can tell where she's at. Yeah.
She jumps into the room and kind of skips around a little bit until eventually, you know, like literally stop motion. She's in front of the stove and she's moving pans around. You hear them scrape across the grill surface and she's moving things around. It looks like she's grabbing things, but then she's just like pouring on too much salt and she's not mixing anything together. Nothing's lit. It's like someone's play cooking, like a 4-year-old.
Oh.
Moving
See
things
anything
around.
moving?
You see the stuff move.
Oh,
Oh, she's there moving stuff. Oh, now it's just stuff moving. Oh, she's moving stuff. Oh, it's just the stuff moving. She's physically there, but when you have true sight, she's not there. No trace of it. No sound, no smell, nothing.
Are there any kitchen knives by the stove?
A couple.
They might move over and just try to, like, take those away.
Roll me an acrobatics check.
Oh boy.
15 on my investigation.
15 on your investigation. Technically, he's assisting you, so go ahead and roll with advantage, even though your eyes are closed. Looking for a meal.
This feels
Looking for
reflective.
22.
Painting.
Yeah,
She
15's still
reaches
high.
as she's reaching for sharp things. You're like, nope,
No.
nope,
No.
nope, 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 nope. Like you're just your hands are
Captain,
like your
this feels like a
hands are like an
lawsuit.
octopus just going around her, grabbing things. It's like she's like literally jumping through time and space, like reaching for items.
Oh, ew.
Just in case. It seems to be minded her own business, but don't want any sharp implements.
Okay.
Captain, is this a painting or a mirror?
You eventually make your way to the bathroom. It's at the far end of the hall. So the hall has 4 doors. The left door you immediately open and you look at briefly. It's a bedroom, nothing reflective apparent here. Right door you open, it appears to be some kind of study, right, with a door that maybe leads beyond, maybe into another bathroom. You decide not to go in there right now, but you decide, let's check the far end of the hall. You go to the far end of the hall, it's a bathroom. The bathroom has what was a mirror, except it appears to be broken, and all the pieces seem to be scattered amongst the floor. And it's just broken, like it had broke. Roll me another investigation check.
Can I help him?
Hope so.
Sure.
I'm helping you, Captain.
Oh my gosh. 7.
No idea. I will say, you do find this out, but it takes you a while. After much time, that means these guys are going to be having a scene for a little while.
Yeah.
You guys figure out, you find a piece that's big enough. It was like underneath the sink, right? But all these pieces, none of them are in the sink. If you had broken a mirror, like punched it, it would have fallen off into the sink, in the basin. All these are against the far wall, as if it come from inside the mirror out.
I kind of imagine you like you're holding Toad's shoulder and pushing him forward while he's like this, and
Using him as a human shield.
Yeah.
Shield. Beat shield.
Trust me, Toast, it's important that you go first.
Okay.
I feel a lot of blood among these shards, and my fingers hurt. Ow, for some reason.
Sticky everywhere.
That's the 7 right there.
It's like copper.
7, the high roll.
I don't feel good, Captain.
So that's going to be a little bit of a scene.
Yeah.
While they're having that scene, you guys are in there with these people.
Should we attempt to communicate with them?
And while you had your head turned, the boy's not in the chair anymore.
Oh, good.
He's against the far wall, and he has like a little ghost figurine. He's just kind of holding it and looking at it. It's a little stuffed spirit.
Go spirits.
Go, spirits.
This makes me think of that Doctor Who episode.
Do I see the
Really?
stuff with the ghost?
Oh god.
Yeah, you see,
why?
stuffed ghost is just floating in the air. Now the boy's holding it, floating in the air. Now the boy's holding it. It's going to be that every single time.
What the fuck?
The spirit is.
I will.
That's my spirit.
Yeah, that.
You smell it.
Are there other toys around?
In this room?
Pair of twins.
No, not in this room.
Come play with us.
If you do investigate further, you will probably find other toys. You smell it from these two these two people, the things, are the sources of that smell.
Okay. I want to get closer to the child.
Okay,
Not
sure.
like up in his face, but just I want to get closer just to see if there's any kind of recollection on its face when I get closer.
God go with you, sir.
Nothing.
More than one.
There's nothing. I'll give it to you. No, the face has no expression. The face doesn't move. It's an expressionless face. It's just imagine a face, except instead of a mouth that goes up and down, it's just a big empty hole, and then 2 big empty eyes. And it's very reflective right now, almost rainbow-like, as it just shimmers over it, like a Twilight vampire.
Is it a mask?
No, it's definitely a face. It's just not a good one. It's like your brain keeps on trying to go, that has to be a mask, that can't be a face. But then your mind's going, that's a face. Oh my god, that's its face. And your mind's just kind of fighting it off.
Alright.
Ultimate uncanny valley.
We should burn this house down. We should burn this house down.
No sense of evil from them. You do get a sense of aberration. No, fuck, they don't. No, they don't. They come off as human. They come off as human.
I will attempt.
And not evil.
I'll attempt to talk to the mother and say,
Freya.
What are you cooking for dinner tonight, Mother?
Have you seen my husband? He's supposed to be home soon.
I have not seen him, but I'm sure he will be here soon.
Don't worry, Mother. Don't worry. Mother's coming. She looks back and she's just moving stuff around.
Let's take the child outside.
I am cooking dinner.
Did it seem like she was responding to me specifically, or just happened to be saying phrases?
She seemed to have said something at you. Like she turned and that's what she said, and then she turned back.
Fucking girl.
Well,
Do you grab the boy?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Pick up the child.
Pick up the child.
Go outside.
As he picks up the child, when he moves, he jumps around
Smoot does?
in jagged, sharp movements. Like he's holding the boy and he's just moving.
Like he's
Arms,
lagging.
Like he's lagging. Arms unmoving. Move. He moves there, there. In jagged movements. And he's now outside with the boy. And the boy's super reflective. And while you're holding him, he's like, Mommy? Mommy, is that you?
Does Smoot,
Go, spirits!
does Smoot look any different as he's holding the boy?
No,
moving? But
he's
still-
lagging. He's jumping around.
Wait,
You
do?
do not notice anything. You think you move nice and
Yeah,
smooth and
as he's
calm.
carrying the boy, he's stuttering.
There's the word.
I follow them,
Okay.
and I want to actually pop my sword out of my sheath a little bit and
Okay.
look at the reflection off of my sword at them
Ooh.
when they get outside.
When you open the sheath and you're looking at the reflection of the boy, you don't see a boy with a hollowed face and hollowed eyes. You see what appears to be a normal looking boy, very malnutrition or malnourished and hungry. And except he's not holding it when Smoot's holding him, he's faced outwards. This boy is the opposite direction. He's inwards, and his hands are at Smoot, and he's screaming something at Smoot, like you're trying to. You don't speak Carthalian. I can't give it to you. Can't read his lips. So it looks like he's pleading with Smoot, trying to say something. But Smoot's reflection isn't Smoot. Instead, Smoot's reflection appears to be like Smoot, except for the mask is cracked and kind of jutted and kind of broken because you're wearing the mask right now. Except it has black, hollow eyes.
I'll walk over with my sword and put it in front of Smoot so he can see it.
Smoot. What side do you put it in front of? Because one of your eyes is true seeing. Is it your left or right?
Okay. I'll put it out
Right.
behind the boy a little bit so he can kind of
You
see
can kind of see both.
more of
Roll me an
Yeah.
Roll me an investigation check because he hasn't said anything, but he's kind of like holding a sword up and trying to like reflect it in your eyes.
I love it though. It's a great. Wait, what movie is this?
17.
17. It takes you a minute.
No.
You see two things in that reflection. First, you see just your normal old reflection out of your right eye. Your left eye, you're staring at your own version of this. And it's staring at you. And it doesn't have eyes with those giant hollow black circle openings, but you feel like it's staring at you. And for just a second it's there, and then it jumps and it's gone. And you're just staring at your normal reflection. It's both eyes.
I still say we burn this fucker down.
And since you're outside, in the distance you hear that investigation. Those are police whistles.
Did somebody kick down the door?
Yeah.
At this point, the captain can come in to the scene.
That's
Keep in mind, you guys are ambassadors, but you're not the police. So if they make it here, it's going to be a problem, you think?
Jacada, do you have mending? I can't.
I don't believe so.
Because where Norhagen and I were, something
So I'm going to
Presumably
give you guys
these
8 minutes.
came
At the end
out
of 8 minutes, they're
of
going to
the
be
mirror.
here. You're in roleplay.
It broke. It wasn't. It's not hit. It's like if you smash it, it didn't fall down or anything. It's more like the mirror exploded outwards. Something came into it. And
If the police
is
catch you,
Smoot
it's
walking
going to
around
be bad.
still?
Yes, we
Yeah.
need to do something.
Outside with the child, they seem to respond to conversation, but they don't actually reply in kind. They seem to notice us, but they don't really pay us much mind.
Well,
Smoot, you do recognize that there is that reflection of that boy you're holding is looking at you, and that's still there. Malnutrition boy. Seems to be the opposite direction. It's like you saw him in that reflection.
it's no. Smoot, can I hold that for a second?
Hold what?
The child.
Go for it.
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna go back inside,
Okay.
assuming I saw Smoot stuttering.
Okay. Yeah, and you stutter.
Yeah.
Your stutter
Oh
moving.
god, that's even creepier.
As soon as you
Snake
touch it-
stuttering.
We need to leave.
It's like in place, like you're frozen and just moving across. Yeah.
If I go back into the bathroom and I want to attempt to sort of go into the mirror, even if it is kind of broken,
It's
a large
it's
shard,
shattered. There's not even a large shard. Like the
Okay.
biggest one you have is like a tiny piece.
wondering if the shark, the
It was
jumping
a
might
normal
work.
size, like kind of mirror, like this big. Normally, that's what it was.
Okay,
We need to leave. We do need to leave.
Alright, let's go.
we're gonna go out the back.
There is a back door. You would have to make. Yeah, you go out as you. You're going to pass another bedroom. That bedroom, of course, is empty. And with the sheets are. It's very neatly made, by the way. And you pass out the back door. Do you still have the boy in your hands, or?
No, we'll leave him.
Okay. You leave the boy at the back door, and he's like, and he kind of waves at you. And he's like, "Mommy, is that you?" As you're all leaving,
So true sight, he's not there.
he's not there.
In a reflection, he's facing the opposite direction, screaming.
And it looks like it's the real boy, not the not this thing, but the real person of it. And it looks like it's trying
I'm
to
a
talk
real
to
boy.
you. And the doors, without being touched, suddenly junts closed.
Back door does.
Yeah, like the boy had grabbed it and shut it, but he junts, so there's no movement. It's there, and then it's suddenly closed.
Let's
Like-
go.
You skipped like 5 frames or something.
Yeah, so let's get out of here, though. Gods know what the police will make of this scene.
I'm gonna rip open a dust of disappearance packet.
Oh, okay.
So while we make our escape.
Kind of all turn invisible and kind of shimmer off into, I'd say the night, but it's still the break of noon. It's always
I hate
going to
this
be.
city.
Anyway,
We will end there for the night.
yeah. It's
After a
not
brief,
too
creepy B&E.
If I have nightmares, Tony,
Good. You think this is creepy? It's gonna get worse. All right.
So Artax also saw himself with sunken eyes and a meth.
Technically one sunken eye. Just a single sunken eye.
The human.
I need to get rid of that.
Slash, does any of his vision look different between his eyes?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Well, good job, guys. I'll see you guys in episode 105 of the Dungeons and the Dragons. All right. I'm going to stop streaming, stop recording.